What's up, boys? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope you're all doing well. You listen to Just My 2 Cents. It's Monday, November 7th, in the year 2022. Hope y'all had a good weekend. It was a pretty good weekend as far as fights. I want to thank everyone for joining me Friday for the UFC Vegas 64 weigh-ins. That was a good stream. I'm going to talk to y'all today about those fights. I'm going to do a UFC Vegas 64 recap. I'm going to recap the WBA Super light heavyweight championship bout between Dimitri Bivol and Gilberto Ramirez. I'm going to preview UFC 281. But before I do all that, we'll talk about the gentleman that you see on my avatar right there. For those of y'all that don't know, that is Aidos Yerbasinuli. I'm not sure exactly how you pronounce it. He is a Kazakh professional boxer. This weekend, he fought a legitimate prospect, soon-to-be contender, David Morrell in Minnesota. And he was knocked out in the 12th round, and he is now in a medically induced coma from the result of a subdural hematoma. So if you are a spiritual man, if you're a religious man or woman, definitely prayers for Aidos. It was one of the first things I thought about when I got up this morning. I was kind of thinking about how I want to start the show and what I want to talk about. And there's a bunch of stuff to get to, but I don't want to wait to get through all of the UFC fights to mention this or talk about it. I didn't talk about this fight a lot on Friday or really even at all. I kind of figured it would just be a wash from Morrell, and but I just got to talk about it, man. It's, it just sucks, dude. What do you say? Like, I'm definitely gonna cast a little blame, because there's blame to be thrown around for sure. But first and foremost, man, just definitely prayers for the guy, man. He's in a coma right now. Like, I'm alive and well. I hope y'all are alive and well, but I don't know if he is, man. Like, he might be alive right now, but who the fuck knows how well he is, man? Who knows, like, if he's gonna have a functioning brain anymore? Like, who knows if he'll ever be, if he'll be able to continue his career as a boxer. That's how he makes his living. That's his livelihood, how he provides for his family. So who the fuck knows with that, man? But first and foremost, just hope that he pulls through this. This is like I said, I'm going to cast some blame, and it's a huge black eye on a sport that already has plenty. But I just want to, my thoughts and prayers are definitely with Eidos right now and his family, and just hoping that he pulls through this. That's the first thing I just want to get out there. This has happened quite a bit recently, man. In the last 5 years, this is like the third or fourth time that this has happened, and that it's been a decent spotlight has been shown on it. It happened with Patrick Day, RIP. It happened with Maxim Dadashev, RIP. I really, really hope and pray that Eidos does not join those gentlemen in a better place, because this just did not need to fucking happen. This is why, and maybe it's my bias because of all this shit that's happened, and because I'm a pretty big boxing fan. This is why I always err on the side of I'd rather a fight be stopped too early than stopped too late. And this is one of those reasons. It does happen more in boxing. There are bigger gloves. There's more padding. More punishment can be absorbed as a result of that. And to me, that's what it was. He was getting beaten pillar to post from the opening bell. I went back and watched the fight. Dude, a few rounds into it, it was clear he wasn't going to win. It was just, this was what a lot of people said, kind of a tune-up for Morrell. Now, Eidos was undefeated, but he hadn't really fought anybody. So it was, like I said, it was pretty clear early on that he was not on the same level as Morrell and was not going to win the fight. By about the 8th or 9th round, it was getting really fucking ugly. Now, I was reading, I think Dan Raphael, whatever the fuck his name is. He reported it first, and then ESPN put an article out about it. Bobby or Baby or whatever his name is, he wrote an article about it. So I'm quoting a lot of this article. I'm just trying to recall the main talking points of it. I think it was Eidos's assistant manager. I need to pull up that article because I can't remember the guy's name, and I just want to get this information right. Emmanuel Savoy, I think is his name. He was saying that he wanted to throw in the towel the 9th round. His head trainer did not. Yeah, so this is Ben Bobby. Let's see. Let me get his. Yes, Emmanuel Savoy. He wanted to stop the fight in the 9th or 10th. He said he had the towel in his hand. Of course, Eidos wanted to continue. The head coach wanted to continue. His head coach's name is Kanat Orakbayev. He evaluated Eidos and said nothing was wrong with him. And that's just bullshit. By the 10th round, he was fucked up, dude. Busted nose, eye was all swollen up. He was getting fucking crushed, man. Morrell was pitching a shutout. And not only was he boxing him, he was hurting him too, man. He was hitting him with some heavy combinations. And eventually, the 12th round, he clips him with this right hook, and he just goes down badly. He got up and could barely stand. Morrell was celebrating and turned around and saw the state he was in, and went over and actually helped Tony Weeks get him back to his corner. So shout out to Dave Morrell for that. But to me, The fight, I mean, duh, no shit. The fight should have absolutely been stopped. Of course, hindsight is 2020. So I'm not trying to be that guy, but at the same time, like, come on, man. This is on. I cast the blame on Kanat, Orakbayev, and Tony Weeks. I think it's about 50-50 on both. There are so many instances, especially in boxing, of trainers throwing in the towel. It happens way more than in MMA, and it's for this fucking reason. Live to fight another day, bro. It ain't fucking worth it. Now, the fighter, they have a different mentality, man. They're going in there. A lot of them have this mentality: I'm going in there to die if I need to. They are prepared to die in the ring. I'm not saying that's wrong for the fighter to feel that way. To a certain extent, they have to be willing to put it all on the line. But it ain't the fucking Coliseum, man. It's a sport. It's a blood sport, but it doesn't need to be a death sport. It isn't a fight to the death. It's fine for the fighter to feel that way, to have that warrior gladiators mentality. I'm not talking about that. The fighter needs that to a certain extent. They need the killer instinct, the willingness to kill or be killed, to go out on their shield. That's all fucking Gucci. But there's a reason that the trainer and the referee, more so the referee, but man, you have to protect the fighter from themselves. You have to protect fighters from themselves. 99.999998999101010 100% of the time, the fighter is going to say, I want to keep going. You are very, very rarely going to hear a fighter, especially a professional fighter on a reasonably high level, say, I'm done. I quit. It's happened maybe a couple times famously, but that's why they're famous, because it doesn't happen a lot. It is on the head trainer or the coach, and it is on the referee. If the assistant trainer was ready to throw in the towel in the ninth, you need to just make damn sure that that fucking head coach knows what kind of a state he's in. And for that head coach to say, oh, no, there's nothing wrong with him. I'm sorry. That is that old world tough guy bullshit. The fighter can have that. That's fine. They're the one in there fighting. The trainer or the head coach needs to fucking see beyond that. He already got his bag, man, from fighting Morrell. It's not a crazy, like, he can retire, but he's getting a decent payday for fighting Morrell. Was it worth it? Was it worth it to have him knocked out in the 12th, then call it in the 9th as a TKO corner stoppage? Y'all know that's how David Benavidez beat Anthony Jarrell, right? The dude that Caleb Plant just one punched. That's how fucking Big Goofy beat Anthony Jarrell. He got cut really badly. It got worse and worse, and then his corner threw in the towel. It happens, man. It's not the end of the world. It's not shameful for the fighter. It is. I respect the hell out of coaches and trainers that realize enough is fucking enough, dude. Enough is enough. Live to fight another day. So yeah, about half the blame is on his fucking trainer, Kanat Orakbayev. Just a sadistic motherfucker. Dude, that shit was over. Now, the rest of the blame goes on fucking Tony Weeks. as many fucking fights as Tony Weeks has refereed, that dude, man, and this isn't the first time that he's let a bloody, nasty, just dude getting fucked up fight continue. Look at Marcus Brown and Badu Jack. That was Tony Weeks. Now, the opposite side of this coin, this is the fight getting stopped too late. A lot of people were talking about the main event of UFC 64. A lot of people, well, not a lot of people, but a certain amount of people, and especially the fighter that lost, were saying the fight was stopped too early. I'm going to address that, but this is the other side of that coin. You would much rather be on the opposite. So when fighters, oh, you're costing me, you're stopping the fight too early, you're costing me this, you're costing me that. This is the other side of it. This is the other side of that coin. When you stop a fight too late. And now Eidos, your boss Uli, is in a fucking coma. And who the fuck knows if he's going to get out of it. It's not great. It's not a great, like, sometimes dudes get out of it and they're okay. But, dude, fucking ask Adonis Stevenson, dude. Like, you play football, play basketball, play tennis, play golf. You don't fucking play boxing. So, yeah, this is on Tony Weeks, and this is on Eidos' trainer, Kanat Orakbayev. Shame on both of them. You knew he was done, and you should have fucking stopped the fight. But most of all, man, I just hope the dude pulls through. That's what I hope most of all. It's not like, oh, this is not like a gotcha for Tony Weeks and Kanat. It's like, what the fuck were you thinking? Like, this dude didn't need to happen. He was never going to win the fight. You could have stopped it 3 or 4 rounds earlier and probably saved him from being in a fucking medically induced coma from brain bleeding. That's what a subdural hematoma is. Bleeding on the brain. So, yeah. Prayers up for Eidos, man. Hope the dude pulls through. I'll catch up with the chat. Illinois Bigfoot. Yeah, we'll get to that. What's up, Bigfoot? Yep. Wong Yun. What's up, Wong? How are you? What's up, here? Yeah, man, definitely. Prayers for Eidos. What's up, Rush? Yep. We told him, man. Told him fucking Jake Paul was going to win that fight. We playing the 85 Bears those first. No shit. Boys dapping up. What's up, Lobby? I know, man. It's so crazy. Like, and that I gave Wilder a lot. I'm a fan of Deontay Wilder, but I gave Wilder a lot of shit for that because that is Mark Breland looking out for his fighter. He knew what was about to happen. He knew Fury was about to fuck him up. And the fact that he just took that so poorly, man. But that was absolutely the right call from Mark Breland. And Mark Breland, yeah. Yeah, I agree. Nice. All right, here. Have a good day, brother. Appreciate you stopping through, man. Have a good one. But yeah. All right. Well, I just wanted to get that out of the way. I'm not going to spend the whole stream talking about it or preaching or anything. But yeah, I had to mention that, man. I just felt it was only right and just hope the dude pulls through, man. And it's not to take anything away from David Morrell. I mean, the dude is a legit prospect contender, soon to be contender. He doesn't have that many fights, but man, he's gonna he's going to put himself in that fucking 168 title picture here real soon. So, yeah, shit sucks though. All right. But yeah. What's going on, man? Well, definitely got to eat some crow. Definitely got some picks and predictions wrong this weekend. Probably my biggest one, the biggest L I took was this one. Fucking Liberty, those drunk ass Lynchburg fucks went into Fayetteville and whooped our fucking ass. Don't like that score right there is not indicative of how the game went down. We got that back like at the very end of the game. They whooped our fucking ass, dude. Liberty whooped our ass. Their defense was all over KJ Jefferson. That shit pissed me the fuck off, but I gotta give him credit, dude. The only silver lining I can take from this is that I'm glad they were at least ranked and we were unranked. Because the opposite has happened before too to the Razorbacks, where we got a ranking and some unranked team comes in and whoops our ass. And I've taken that L before. At least they were ranked and we were unranked, but still, dude, I was talking a lot of shit, acting all fucking big and hard about the fucking SEC, and like we got fucking whooped, man. So credit to Liberty, Lynchburg motherfuckers. You got it done. That was a big win. They're now number 19. At least there's that. But yeah, it just sucked. Homie Noah. Yep. Yo, we're going to talk about that, brother. Don't you worry. We are definitely going to speak on that. Yeah, man. Just poor coaching. Poor refereeing. But yeah, it just sucked. But I have updated the top 25. The AP top 25 is broken down by conference by your boy as follows. Excuse me. That's what we're looking like, gents. ACC done fell off a little bit. Now, Syracuse was without their quarterback, so give them a little bit of a pass for that. But they slipped a little bit into second place. So now it is just the SEC and the Pac-12 holding the top spots. The Pac-12 is really kind of like just kind of forced their way into the upper part of the fucking top 25 because it's Washington at number 24, Utah at number 13, but the rest of the Pac-12 teams that are ranked are in the top 10. Yeah, UCLA, USC, and Oregon in the top 10. That's a big statement, man. So the Pac-12 is definitely, I've shit on them before too, man, but they're fucking making a stamp for themselves in the top 25 in a big way. The SEC still got, still holding pretty strong. The one thing I can say about the SEC is that every ranked SEC team is in the top 15. You know what I mean? Like every single one. Ole Miss, Bama, LSU, Tennessee, Georgia, all top 15. So yeah, it's legitimately like a two-way race right now between the Pac-12 and the SEC for best conference this year. Big 10 and ACC still holding strong at second place, and then Big 12 in third. Now, the Big 12 has got some fucking competition nipping at their heels because, and this is so crazy, the fucking American Athletic Conference and the IA Independents both have 2 teams. So let's see. What's a Big 12 team that's down there? Hey, dude, if Texas or if Kansas State dropped 10 spots, if Kansas State loses next week and another one of these fucking teams win, I don't know, man. I don't know how many more fucking teams they even have that are getting votes, but maybe Coastal Carolina. Are they in the fucking American Athletic? I can't remember. Anyways, man. But yeah, UCF and fucking Tulane are both ranked, and Notre Dame and Liberty are both ranked. Liberty climbing, thanks to us. What up, Zach? Nice, dude. Nice. Yeah, a lot of the homies made money this weekend. So shout out to you guys, man. Let me know how y'all did. Tell the fucking people. I did not gamble this weekend. Matter of fact, I'm kind of thinking about maybe just taking another break. Just sticking with predictions till the end of the year, and then getting back into it. Kind of what I've been thinking. We'll see though. Because I can just feel myself kind of like, okay, I've lost the last couple weeks, though I feel I've gotten robbed both times with Jan and Jacoby, but I don't want to get into the mentality where I'm like, okay, I got to get it back. I don't want to chase. I don't want to do any of that. I want to force bets, especially being so inexperienced at it. That's the last thing I want to do. So I think I'm just going to chill probably until the end of the year. Probably get started back up next year. It was fun. It was a fun little experiment. Overall, I did end up in the green. So I'll take that for being a noob. Not a ton, but overall, I won more money than I lost. So that's something. Yeah, it's been sketchy as fuck, man. One on NFL. Nice. Yeah, dude. So there's been a bunch of sketchy stuff going on in the UFC the last few weeks, man. Very sketchy decisions. And one fight in particular that happened this weekend was downright fucking scandalous. And we're going to talk about that too. We're going to cross that bridge when we come to it, but that's definitely going to get mentioned in great detail. I haven't gone big heavy on UFC in a minute, but I'm thinking about Pereira. He says a Poetan KO Bobo. I like it. If he wins, it's going to be my knockout. Hard to see him outpointing Adesanya. That's like Adesanya is so good at that fucking game. Just play that fucking point fighting game. And like, well, we'll talk about that because I'm definitely going to preview UFC 281, at least the 3 featured bouts on the main card. Main, co-main, and Coco. Talk about those at least. But let me see. This is the agenda for today. Going to do this UFC Vegas 64, Bivol Ramirez recap, the preview, talk a little boob tube, and then get the fuck up out of here. Doing good. How about you going better? Nice. Nice. Good luck, man. Hope you find like an ancient sword or something. An old fucking, Civil War musket or something. Anyways, yeah, man. Shout out to the 4 people chilling in the building. Hope you boys are doing good today. Yeah, so I guess I'll just go ahead and get into this UFC Vegas 64 recap. I've really got to piss though, boys. I'm sorry. I don't normally take a break this early, but I just got to stop. I got to stop slugging water right before I start the show because I'm like, okay, I need to make sure I'm hydrated for the day. you know, gotta do it. It's just it's the pre-show anxiety, and I overdo it with the water, and now I gotta piss. So I'll be right back, and then we will talk UFC Vegas 64. Sorry about that. Thank you for your patience. Okay. UFC Vegas 64 recap time. There were some fights. They happened. Let's talk about them. Overall, I give the grade of this card. I gotta give it a C minus, man. I gotta give it another C minus. It just wasn't awesome. All the controversy surrounding one of the fights, and then all the fights that got canceled. It was just a shit card. A lot of people made money on it, so shout out to the people that fucking were able to use that to their advantage. But as far as entertainment value, it was kind of shit, man. It wasn't the worst I've ever seen. It wasn't like abysmal, but it wasn't very good. And I hate when people do this like, oh, well, it's not good on paper, but it really delivered. It's like you just like saying that. You like fucking dropping that little line. Well, it didn't deliver. It fucking sucked. It was a shitty card with shit ass. Like, honestly, the women put on more than the men this time. You know, as much as I fucking dog WMMA, the ladies were out there to put on a fucking show and give fucking, dude. There were 3 fucking knockouts. And if I'm not mistaken, I mean, I don't think like technically fucking Minner versus Shylon was technically like a TKO, but it's like, come on, man, we know what the fuck that was. That was a fucking injury. So let's see. UFC. Yeah, it was a bunch of submissions. Some of them were really nasty, but All the knockouts except for fucking the Shylon fight were from the women, which is just funny. It was shit though. Fucking card sucked. Let's go through the picks or the fights one by one. Just eating some crow right off the bat, dude. Look, a lot of people are going to be super high on Ramirez Vidal after this. A lot of people are going to fucking just because I know some people made money on this, and they're like they both suck. Tamir's like, you saw what happened when Ramona Pascal opened up on her. She doesn't like getting hit. She doesn't react well to it. She is kind of wild. She is definitely powerful, clearly. But this was one of the, like, it happened because Ramona Pascal was literally like bending over at the waist. Like, she was like, literally, like, this shot does not exist to land unless the fighter in front of you is literally like bent over, like, here, let me bend over and your knee will go up perfectly into my liver. Like, if you're standing straight up or in like a fucking good position, they're not going to be able to land that. It's just it's just so ridiculous, man. Like, yeah, awesome knockout. Like, crow for me. I don't know what I was thinking picking Pasquale. She fucking sucks, but Vidal sucks too, man. Some people are going to be all up in her fucking box now, and she's just like, she's going to get fucking smashed. Like, Ramona Pascal is like one of the worst fighters in that division. Like, she was one of the worst fighters in featherweight. Now she's one of the worst fighters at bantamweight. So yeah, credit to Vidal. I got to eat the crow, but man, I did not like what I saw from her at all. It just, Pasquale just sucked more. That's how I evaluate that fight. I mean, I'd fucking talk my own dumbass self into it. Yeah, it sucked. I know that's like it's just ridiculous. Like, of course, it would only work on some idiot like Ramona. Like, I'm sorry, she has horrible fight IQ. She looks like shit in there. So does Vidal. Like, that was such a dumb knockout. God, that was stupid. Like, that just doesn't ever happen unless your opponent is just like looking at the ground. Hey, let me bend over here. Just hit me in the stomach. It's right there for you. Like, it's like holding pads for someone. Like, holding. It's like when the fucking trainer holds the pad like upside down, so you can throw the uppercut. Like, that's what this shit looked like. Here, just here. There it is. Dumbass shit. And my dumbass picked Ramona. So crow for my fucking idiot self. This was a pretty easy pick, but for some reason I had Hadley by decision, which was fucking stupid. I was like, oh, Carlos is tough, bro. Hell survived to the end, bro. Yeah. Candelario is a joke. The guy can't fucking make weight. He's not really that good of a fighter. He's someone, it's like, oh, he's one of those looks good in losses. People are just like waiting to see, oh, well, if he gets this, like, yes, he's been fed 2 like legit prospects in a row. Like, I don't know, man. He, like, Tyra, whatever. Tyra and Hadley will do that to, few people. But Candelario is just not that good. He's a regional level fighter. Hadley, just that triangle was fucking nasty, dude. So yeah, credit to Jake Hadley, and just yeah. I mean, what do you say about these fucking fights, man? Like, yeah, awesome, cool. Like, Candelario, it looked like shit. He missed weight, and you just gave him another style fight that he was going to lose. I don't know what. I some of the matchmaking was good, and some of it was just like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know, man. Rush says masculinity system, boys. Pick the more masculine girl, make profits. That's not a bad shout, Rush. That's not a bad shout. I usually, not say I usually do that, but the times that I do, I'm successful. Jessica Andrade comes to mind. You know, it's a good shout. Yeah, he can definitely get out wrestled. That's for sure, man. He's slick with the jits, but yeah. I was holding the plus 500 Hadley sub ticket. Cash it, Bojack. Cha-ching. Laughing all the way to the bank, won't you? So yeah, that happened. Nice. This was one of the easiest picks on the card. Nailed it. Had Munoz by decision. This was so fucking one-sided. He got out grappled. He got cracked on the feet. He's just a walking. He's tough, but he's a punching bag, man. He's like not terrible at anything, not great at anything, tough, but slow and just kind of there to be fucking beaten on. So it's kind of like I kind of still feel the same about Munoz. Like he's gonna look good against guys like that, but when the competition ramps up, it's like I still kind of like, I don't know, man. Like people are kind of down on Gravely. I'm super biased towards Tony Gravely. The dude hits really fucking hard. So like I'm not like, oh, Munoz is just some fucking chinny bum. Like he doesn't have the best chin. He's not the most durable, but I don't fault him too much for that. But I also like, yeah, Gravely is like he cracks, but he's a 1-round fighter. So I don't know how much I can take from a win over a decision over Ludovic Shalinian. The guy's tough, but I don't know how much more I can like bump Munoz up. I still just feel like he's kind of in the same place he was before. But you know, time will tell. Quite right. Quite right. Definitely. This one was awesome. This was sick. I feel like a retard for picking Jin Frey. She didn't look terrible in certain parts, but man, dude, I gotta eat the crow here. I guess little buddy really did get his ass whooped by Poliana. You know, some people were saying, and I bought into that dumb shit, like, oh, you know, it's a conspiracy. She didn't really beat that guy up, like one of her friends helped her or something. And you're like, nah, that dude was pretty tiny, man. I think she now looking at that, like, yeah, I think she probably hauled off and fucked his ass up. Yeah, Poliana cracks, dude. She cracks. Now, she doesn't like I've been fading her for a while. Don't like again, it's look awesome. It's Jin Frey. Jin Yu is kind of a jobber. But she beat her fucking ass like she was a jobber too. The check left hook that she clipped her with was so fast that you almost couldn't. It was like a flurry, and then all of a sudden Jin was hurt. But if you look, it's like yeah, she was moving backwards, then planted her feet, boom, check left hook. The check left hook does so much fucking damage with an opponent coming forward. Look at that fucking a perfect example is that fucking last weekend on the Jake Paul card. Ashton Sylvie. Check left hook on that dude that fucking Ryan Garcia knocked out. Fucking Braulio. Rodriguez. Check left hook. Anyways. Yeah, Poliana shadow realmed her too, man. Ginny, I think she got knocked out like 2 or 3 times actually. Like she was there, she went out, brought back, went out again. Because if you look at her feet, like they definitely go flat and the toes curl up. And then she gets hit again and she comes back to life. And it was just like, it was brutal, dude. Brutality. Brutality. Nasty knockout. I Yeah, I mean, that's kind of why I picked him by decision. It's like, man, I actually had to think about it for a second, and like I'm saying, oh yeah, Munoz easiest pick, automatic. Like I was like, nah, I think I still got Munoz. It was one of those. Like I made the pick pretty early, but I like had to pause for just a second and like watch a little bit of tape, and it was just like I didn't get far into the tape study before I was like, yeah, Munoz is the side, but it's yeah, good call, dude. You called it, dude. What do you mean Frey didn't look bad? Talk about a three-piece. Yeah, I mean, she like it didn't look like she was like that outclassed and then all of a sudden, boom. Like it looked sort of competitive for I mean, it didn't last very long, but yeah, she just is bad. Like Poliana's not that great either. Like they're both it was kind of a jobber fest and kind of like the Ramona Pascal and Vidal. Not that Vidal is a jobber, but she's just kind of this unproven like can crusher. It's like you crush a can in Ramona Pasquale. It's like, okay, all right. Same with this one. It's like it's awesome knockout. You're still Poliana Viana. But I don't know, man. She's like, dude, she got some bad losses, man. I don't know. She again, it's kind of like Munoz. It's like, what do I think you're gonna have a lot of success against a higher level of you lost to fucking JJ Aldridge, dude. Like and fucking I don't know, man. It's just you just gotta put these things in context, I guess. I guess so, man. Rush with the big brain moments today, dude. Dropping knowledge. Yeah, I guess so. Next fight. Enough of that shit show. This one was another pretty easy pick. And another example, dude. Now Lopez missed weight, but he looked better physically than Mario Batista looked like shit. The dude cuts a lot of weight. You could literally see what his skull would look like if it didn't have fucking flesh and muscle on it. Like it would just you could see the outline of his fucking cheekbones and shit. Like he looks skeletal. But he's was clearly the better fighter. So don't make picks strictly based on weigh-ins and how the dudes look. Like the better fighter is going to win most of the time. Clear example. Mario Batista was always a better fighter. And this just proves that Benito Lopez got a fucking gift hometown decision against Vince Morales. Like, dude, that was such a fucking robbery. Benito Lopez has such a fucking padded record, and I'm glad that he's getting exposed a little bit now. So yeah, credit to Mario Batista. Nasty armbar. Yeah, he's good. Mario's good, man. And Benito, yeah, he has a good record. I don't know. Wong says, I'd make her toes curl too. If you know what I mean. I think I know where you're driving at there, Wong. So, where are we at? Yeah, so Batista fucking smokes Lopez. Another easy pick. This, now, you can say that Munoz Shalinian was the easiest pick. This was the easiest pick to me. This was such a mismatch. It was a mismatch the first time. This was the most unnecessary rematch. Like, Shanna Young did not deserve this fight to begin with. She lost the first one clearly. I don't know what people were thinking that what were y'all thinking talking about she has a chance to win the second one? Like, this is another body on Miranda's record. Now, she was kind of getting into the busted prospect realm. The controversial loss to Macy Barber notwithstanding, I still think there's more questions than answers with Maverick, but this was such a mismatch. It shouldn't have been made. Shanna Young did not deserve this fight. And we're talking about another fighter that didn't deserve their fight, and it fucking showed. She didn't deserve it, and it showed. Yeah, dude, and like, yeah, exactly. She's not a bad fighter. She's a good fighter. How old is she? I feel like she's not super duper young. I feel like she's in like her mid to late 20s. She's almost in the Johnny Munoz category where it's like, you can beat these fucking jobbers like Sabina Mazo and Shanna Young and make them look like they don't belong in there with you. But she wasn't undefeated coming into UFC, and I can't give her too much of a hard time for the Blanchfield loss, but I don't know where exactly how highly y'all rate Macy Barber, but she's kind of a like, yeah, she's ranked, but her wins are pretty dookie. Like we're talking about Poliana, right? Like she lost to two of the people that Macy knocked the fuck out, and people like aren't that high on Macy. It's like, yeah, you can say that whether you think that Macy won or lost that Maverick fight, it was pretty close. It was a lot closer than people. Like people were like, "Oh, that was so one-sided for Miranda." Like, no, the fuck it wasn't, man. She actually got hit quite a bit in that fight, and she's really fucking slow, and that's why, like, again, she's like, yeah, she's good. You know, she's ranked, I think, maybe just outside the rankings, but Shanna Young just sucks. There you go. Good way to put it. Good, not great. God, I hate that shit, man. Fucking itch in the back of my throat. All right. She's a grappler. She's a grappler. She looks really slow and stiff on the feet. She does have some power, but man, if you're like a slick striker that has good distance management and speed, like you can fuck Miranda Maverick up. And you have good takedown defense, which is why I think Macy was able to keep the fight so close. But anyways, okay, boys, here's the one. This is the big story. This is what all the big most of the big fuss was about. This is where a lot of the controversy came from. A little controversy in the main event, but not really to me. I'll show you why. But this shit right here, you want to talk about greasy. You want to talk about sketchy, scandalous, fucking some skullduggery, some sneaky backroom fucking dealings, some sneaky fucking back channeling, dude. Get your popcorn ready, boys. We're going to talk about this one. Oh, James Krause. The James Krause. The James Krause. We're talking about the James Krause. That is former UFC fighter, head coach at Glory MMA, with a pretty sizable stable of fighters. Let's look at all the fighters that fight at Glory. Let's do a little background on this real quick. Let's build this one up a little bit. Glory MMA fighters. Let's see. Now, some of these are like not people that some people don't train there full time. They'll go for like a training camp or so. Guys that previously have trained at Glory. But this is his this is the stable. I don't know if Moreno he trained there for like one camp. I don't know if he's still there or not, but you got Minner, Witt, Grant Dawson, Tim Elliott, cheating ass Tim Elliott, Trey Ogden, Jeff Molina, David Onama, Mana Martinez, Dakota fucking Harry Bush, Mike Breeden, Megan Anderson. Bunch of fighters, dude. Bunch of fighters. Bunch of low-level fighters. Low-level fighters that don't have a lot of, that kind of fly under the radar, so to speak. You get my point. That's the James Krause we're talking about. The James Krause that coaches Derek Minner. Well, this is what happened. Fight starts. Minner throws a kick, and his knee goes. There is no fucking way that he hurt his knee on that kick. That is not what injured his knee. He fucking came into that fight with a pre-existing knee injury. Per an anonymous source close to that camp. I'm going to pull up this article. Pulling up this article because an investigation has been launched by, pretty sure the firm is called U.S. Integrity, which is a sports wagering integrity bureau, monitoring bureau. Let me get these terms right. ESPN, Derek Minner. Okay. Yes. This article is by Mark Raimondi, ESPN reporter, and David Purnham. UFC fight under investigation after suspicious betting detected. The fight between Derek Minner and Shailon Nurbeke is being investigated by a U.S.-based betting integrity firm after several sports books in multiple states reported suspicious wagering on the featherweight bout. Now, everyone knew about this dude. Everyone. Within the fucking handicapping community, that shit spread like fucking wildfire. The odds jumped in favor of Nurbeke. Like, he went from a moderate favorite to like a pretty big fucking favorite in a matter of hours right before the fight. And that normally doesn't happen. Even as little as I know about gambling markets and line movements and shit like that, that is very unusual. The line can kind of move during the week, but usually before the fight, it's hours before the fight, it's kind of most of the money has been put down. When it jumps like that much in that short amount of time, something is up. Whether you want to say the fight was fixed, whether he threw the fight, or even the best case scenario. This is the absolute best case scenario. Someone knew about it, and someone in the camp. Where is this? There was something. A source familiar with Minner's camp said his left knee was absolutely injured going into the fight. So this is being investigated by U.S. Integrity. They don't have any enforcement power. So anything that does happen, any punishment that gets handed down is going to have to come from the regulators or other authorities. So either the Nevada State Athletic Commission, the UFC, something. They're just doing an investigation and going to report their findings. They work with independent, like many professional sports organizations, UFC works with an independent betting integrity service to monitor wagering activity on our events. Our betting integrity partner, Don Best Sports, a leading global supplier of real-time betting data for North America's sporting events, will conduct a thorough review of the facts and report its findings. At this time, we have no reason to believe either of the athletes involved in this bout or anyone associated with their teams behaved in an unethical or responsible manner. Bull fucking shit. When reached Sunday by text message, Minner's manager, Andrew Lee of Disorderly Conduct Management, wrote that he was unaware of anything like this. Minner is coached by James Krause, a retired fighter and known sports bettor, who hosts the 1% Club podcast and a popular Discord channel that features his betting tips. He brags about betting on fights. He brags about betting on the fighters that he still coaches. The dude is running a fucking betting racket out of glory. Whether that's my 2 cents on it. You can't, you have to do an incredible amount of mental gymnastics to think that this is not all connected. You are just having to do all kinds of floor routines because there's just no way that this doesn't add up. There's too many connectable dots. Now, whether you want to say that this was done purposely by Minner, I don't know, but there's no way you can convince me that Krause did not have a hand in this. There's no fucking way. There is just way too much evidence to the contrary. Is there direct evidence of this specific incident? No. Is there direct evidence of other instances? No. But you ain't gonna fucking piss on my leg with this one. There's what, like, the logic train does not have to go that far down the track for you to start to put this together. It's so greasy, dude. Unbelievably greasy. I made this last night, but that was before I saw the article. So, yeah. It's too convenient, man. It's too convenient. Like, you have to be a real piece of shit to send your fighter out with no chance just to cash a bet. That's, dude, if he did that, that is so fucking scummy. Krause is such a greasy fucking scumbag. Krause has a gambling problem. That's what I'm tending to go with. I think it's like, whether Minner had a hand in it or not, that is so clearly like insider trading. That's insider betting. That is just insider betting like a motherfucker. What's up, Miles? Buddy was obviously hurt and word got out. Yep, clearly. That's what happened. Because another thing that article said, I'm not, this is not a direct quote, but I'm referencing this article. The line jumped like crazy and people were still hammering Shylan. Even with the adjusted odds, people were like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how big of a favorite he is. He's going to win. He's going to fucking win. So that kind of like confidence where like it's like you switch the odds, like the activity, usually people are like, that's a little too rich for me now. Like the it's like he's too big of a favorite. People are like, nah, doesn't matter. Doesn't even fucking matter. Parlay piece. And a lot of people were hammering not only Shylan to win, but Shylan by TKO and Shylan by TKO early. So no matter how bad the odd, people were just still, nope, Shylan. He's the guy. Minner's injured from an inside. We know from an inside source. That is just so, and you cannot tell me that Krause didn't have a hand in that. All the shit that he brags about. You telling me that fucking greaseball didn't know about this? Please. Man, please. In a matter of hours, right before the fight. Yeah, dude. And I think Noah was the first person to put it in the dome. Yeah, exactly. I'm big into Fight Day line movement. Never seen anything so crazy. Yeah, I remember that, dude. I remember you dropping that in the fucking dome and then being like, oh shit. And then here it comes. And then here comes the flood. Crazy, man. Words of wisdom. You want to know what's going on? You want to know, you want to get conspiratorial and why is this happening? Ooh, why is this happening? Why is this? You follow the money. Follow the money. Yep. Could be a bunch of things like I think his knee was shot and decided to fight, and Kraus knew. That's what I think, and that's insider betting. That's like the fact that Kraus knew about it and decide to leak the info, and then still decided to trot him out there. Like that is so fucking greasy. They're so greasy, dude. Unreal, unfucking real. Extra, dude. Greasy. Oi, Jackie boy, you all right? I don't know why I switched to Australian all of a sudden. What's up, Jack? Toss Minner. Oh, he got some fucking kickbacks, dude. You kidding me? Oh yeah, he good. Yeah, it got leaked. It got leaked. Goo Ray Day in the morning. That yeah, redonkulous. Exactly, Jack. Jack, I offer you a truce. The stickiest of the icky. You want to smoke with your boy 2 cents? Got some gas cake today. Now that's the question. It's hard to disassociate them all from each other. That's what I'm trying to give Minner the benefit of the doubt, but it's hard to just disassociate to be like they're so like all you hear all these fucking fighters. I'm not just talking about Glory, but like, oh, we're like a family. We're so close. Blah 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 blah. You can't tell me Kraus is this close with all these people in the fucking Discord and all this fucking like intimate knowledge, and the fighter is just not. You're just completely like on the outside looking in with this. It's like I'm trying to give Minner the benefit of the doubt, but I'm having a really hard time believing he knew he was fucking injured. He knew whether Kraus like told him like, no, you're fighting regardless, and we're gonna make money. You can't tell me Derek Minner didn't know he was injured and like didn't know. I don't believe that. I don't believe that everyone else knows this shit about Kraus and it's pretty much public knowledge about his Discord and all that shit. And the fighters are just completely insulated from it. Bull fucking shit. There's no way. There's no fucking way. You just have to you have to do so many fucking backflips, mental backflips to come to that conclusion. Oh, Menor didn't know. He just was injured. And then it was like, I can't believe that. I'm trying to, but it's not happening. This was absolutely a throne fight. I can't come to any other conclusion. I'm literally trying to. I'm like, it's like, yes, somebody leaked it hours before the fight. Why else would that happen? Why, like, they just randomly decided to, let's see just to see what happens. What for what? For what? Oh, oh, to make money betting the other way. So greasy. So greasy. It's like unlicensed boxing. I mean, yeah, it's like we're thinking it out, right? We're thinking out loud right here. It's like there's no way. Okay, here we go. Shylon, exactly. Shylon round 1 KO going from plus 75 to plus 250. Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh yeah. Everyone knows he's just a one round. It's like, dude, decision after decision after decision after decision. Like, yeah, the odds are so wide that it's going to happen. And it's like, wait, no, it's not. No, it's fucking not. No way. And people just kept hammering it too. That's what I was saying, Jack. Like, people, the odds got worse and worse, and people were just like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, sure. Still plus money? Yeah, fuck it. Goes from plus 750. That means it's like, there's no way Shylan's going to do. It's like, oh, what? He fucking might. All of a sudden, the dude's not known for being a KO artist. May, please. Please. I only want to know, did Minner take the money? I would. That's another thing. Okay, like let's think about this. And this is a genuine, like I'm genuinely undertaking this in good faith. Let's really try and think. Would there be a scenario where Krause would knowingly do this and keep Minner out of the fucking from profiting from? Like, if this was inside betting, if this was inside info, if this was a leaked thing, like it was let's suppose Krause did it on purpose. He did it on purpose, bet on Shylon. If this is true, I can't imagine Minner not being able to benefit from it. No, we're all going to make money at your expense, except you. I don't know. I can't get there. It was all like, Minner knew he was hurt. We're going to take the fight anyway. Krause is like, we're going to take the fight and bet on Shylon. We'll leak it. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Everyone saw the line movement who follows the lines, and their eyes were locked in on that fight to see what would happen. I knew something fishy was about to happen. I mean, it's not hard to come to these conclusions. Yeah, exactly, dude. And I remember when that happened, someone put it up on Twitter where like it was a literal exchange in the Discord between someone in the Discord and Krause, and then being like, dude, is this going to affect you? Like, this whole like not being able to bet on fighters? Like, no, I'm not in the UFC anymore. I'm not a fighter. And it's like, are you sure? Because they said he's like, no, we're good. It's like this dude. He thinks Krause just thinks he's slick. Krause thinks he's really fucking slick. I can 100% see that Minner got hurt and Krause said, don't pull out. I got you. Honestly, that seems like the most logical conclusion. Such a rat. Bet China round 1 KO and throw your broken leg until you can't. If that's the case, Krause didn't leak it. Okay. So yeah, let's think about this. If it was, let's say it's Krause. Yeah, Krause wouldn't. Because then he wouldn't leak it, right? If it was Krause, then he probably wouldn't leak it because he would want to keep the odds. Like, he would want to keep the odds better for Shylon if he was betting on it. But it's like, if Krause did leak it, what's the incentive there? To get the people like, it's almost like, what about this? He leaked it to somebody, but that somebody leaked it to the general public. Like, it was supposed to be like only a few people were supposed to know about this and we make money, and someone else leaked it to everyone else. It got out somehow. Maybe Krause was trying to keep it like in-house, but someone got word of it. I don't know, man. I'm just spitballing, just thinking out loud. Yeah, and he's throwing legs to the like he I don't know, man. He's like throwing these body kicks with his like toes. He's throwing body kicks without his landing on his toe, landing with the foot with his toes like not curled back, like not. He just wasn't throwing that kick right, and just it was too weird looking. It was too weird looking. I don't think there's been as significant a line movement since that guy literally was going to throw a UFC fight in South Korea before the UFC caught wind of it. That tells me all I need to know. Yeah. So what do we think, boys? Like, I'm, I'm good. I'm not a fighter. Head coach of a whole ass team of exactly, dude. He's like, oh, nanny boo boo can't catch me. I'm not a fighter anymore. I just run a fucking stable of fighters who I fucking bet on using fucking insider information, or who I bet on or bet against depending on whether they get hurt or not. Like, that's what a greaseball, dude. What a fucking greaseball. I literally think Krause has a gambling problem. It's about being an addict. Could be. He does well on ROI. Yeah. I wonder why. Makes a ton of from Jesus Christ. Boys going at it in the chat. Man, it's so greasy, dude. That's so greasy. So yeah, I wonder now. I wonder. That is right now. This is my working theory. Krause told someone in the inner circle because only a few people would have known about that prior to. I agree with Zach that it's like if Krause was the one that's like, okay, he's injured, I'm not going to tell anyone about it, and we're going to make money. I don't think he would have wanted that to get out. I think he told just enough people to be like, okay, this is what we know is happening, and then somebody else leaked it. I think Krause was planning to fucking pull a move, and then somebody else leaked that shit. That's kind of where I'm at right now. But I'm open to suggestion. I'm just thinking about this out loud. I think it's really crazy. This is like pretty fucking scandalous, dude. It's legitimately like something out of a movie. Like, where's Bricktop, dude? Do you know what nemesis means? Like, I feel like Bricktop should be here right now talking about fucking. No, I lose all bets to the bookies. You can't change fighters. Like, I feel like that's like, what are we talking about here? This is so greasy, man. This is crazy. He wouldn't leak it on purpose, obviously, but word got out and there was nothing he could do about it. Yeah. Yep. 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 Yes. Yeah. I think it is too. I don't know. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure if he's had it scanned or not, but dude, that is like, that's so crazy. That's so wild. Fucking the James Krause, the greaseball Krause. Yeah. He's like bragging about it, dude. He's like rubbing everybody's face in it. And I'm sure, if pressed about it, he'd be like, "Oh, well, they pay these guys so little," and I'm sure that the old, "Oh, the UFC doesn't pay enough. This is what we're forced to do." I'm sure that one is ready. That excuse is ready and rearing to go. But it's just like, dude, that's so fucked up. That's so greasy, man. Integrity? What fucking integrity? You were a jobber ass UFC fighter, couldn't make it as a fighter. Let me make it as a coach, coaching these other jobbers, and let me get a gym full of jobbers and bet on it. What a fucking greaseball! What a greaseball! Shady indeed. Oh yeah, approach for comment. No, no comment when approached. No comment. My lawyer, AKA my lawyer, told me not to comment. My scumbag defense attorney told me not to comment. Wild, man. Just fucking wild. Wonder who it was that leaked it. Because you like, what would be the motivation for leaking it? Either you have some kind of like axe to grind with Kraus, or you are just like, oh, let me let my buddies, let me let my other betting buddies know. Man, so greasy, dude. It's just crazy. It's something out of a movie. Right out of Snatch. I don't care if he's Muhammad, Ahmad, Bruce Lee. You can't change fighters. It's hard for me to believe Krause had no involvement as Minner's head coach, and no, exactly. Spot fucking on. Whether yeah, the more I think about it now, like he probably didn't leak it, but he knew about it. He definitely knew about it and was talking about it. Like, I think it got out of the inner circle, is what I think. Like, he was like, okay, this is like, we know he's injured. He's injured, but he's gonna go through with the fight. And then someone from that inner circle went and leaked that shit right beforehand. That's so fucked up. The one leg. To me, if Minner had no clue except the fact that he was hurt and went out and gave 100% and tried to win, then I wouldn't be mad, but I don't think that's what happened. Yeah, I don't either. It should have been on the UFC to get physicals and make sure they're healthy. Again, man, what are they doing with these physicals? Like, this is, now that's even shadier. That's where you really start to put the tinfoil hat on, where it's like, how big does it go? Where does it ever stop? You know what I'm saying? The truth is out there. Like, what, like, that's where it gets really tinfoil hatty. Because, man, if that's true, if that dude from his camp is like that he was 100% injured going into this fight, how did he pass that fucking medical exam? Riddle me that, Batman. You fucking riddle me that. That's the question I ask y'all. Maybe he owes someone money and this is his way of paying back. Yeah, dude, maybe he's into it, man. Someone gonna come fucking kneecap him. Oh, yeah, you're a big, tough fucking UFC fighter, huh? Yeah, run from this fucking bullet. Kind of shit. It should be on the UFC to get physical. Yeah, that's just crazy that he was cleared. What was the other fight that just happened like that? Didn't this just happen? Where a guy had some like sketchy injury? Again, there must have been more than just Kraus that was aware of it. Yeah, I'm thinking that, like, yeah, okay, Kraus, probably has this inner circle of guys that he, like, let's say there's this gambling racket. He's probably got a few guys in on it. I think somebody leaked it from that inner circle. Maybe Minner's trading partners got together and all went in on Shylan. Who the fuck knows? But obviously some exactly. Well, I guess we'll never know for sure. But yeah, so now you're thinking outside the box. Let's get weird. Full conspiracy. Yeah. Full conspiracy. Everyone was in on it. Everyone was in on it, dude. Here, let me get crazy on you. They leaked it on purpose. Let me see how crazy I can get with this. They leaked it on purpose so the UFC could investigate it and remove any suspicion from the UFC. Boom, dude. Boom. They leaked it so it could be purposely investigated and swept under the rug so the UFC would have no culpability. How's that for a fucking stoner ass? How's that for getting stoned and thinking about some weird shit? No, that's my theory now. It was leaked on purpose so that this is out there. So the UFC says, hey, what's going on here? What is this shit? No. U.S. integrity, investigate this. Now, you're not going to be able to do anything about it. We're the ones that can do anything about it, but, you investigate it. So we're doing our due diligence to remove this. And again, we're going to make this policy. No fighters, no coaches can bet. It's like Krause is still betting and bragging about it. Like, what the fuck? So, yeah, that's my I'm putting my tinfoil hat on there. UFC was in on it. They let this shit happen. They let Krause was in on it. They all, okay, we know Minner's injured. We'll make it look like a leak. We'll all make money regardless because it doesn't matter. We know he's injured. We know Shylan's going to win. Like, this is a grappler against a dude with one leg. Man, please. Yeah, so we're all in on it. UFC's in on it too. It doesn't end. It doesn't end. Blood pressure is all they test. The Bisping eye test. God. The Bisping right eye test. After TJ fight, I remember Cubs saying it was the TJ fight. It was the TJ fight. That's what it was. Because I was like, what? A glory fight? I was like, it wasn't a glory fighter, idiot. It was TJ Dillashaw. Yeah, he always seems like agitated. He always seems like keyed up. He always seems really keyed up. Tread with caution, then, boys. Judges, fixes. Yep. The judges, the fixes, greasy. Money's in super limbo. Yeah, what's going to happen with all... So did anyone in the chat right now, did anyone that cashed on Minner, were y'all actually able to cash that out? Like, they didn't freeze those bets or anything, right? Like, they didn't... Like, is anyone having trouble with that? I'm just curious. TJ, but as Noah pointed out, TJ's coach isn't a DJ. Exactly, dude. He isn't a fucking grease ball. Yeah, I believe it. I'm buying what you're selling, boys. I'm picking up what you're putting down. If Krause was your financial advisor, he'd just give you... Exactly, dude. Well, I can't tell you much about the fucking... I can't tell you much about the stock market, but what I can tell you about, bro, a little insider trading I can give you. TJ didn't shell and give up instantly either. He looked like he took a hellacious beating, yeah. TJ, and the line didn't move like that. I'm sure TJ's camp knew about the injury. Takes a James Krause. Takes a son of a Krause for this to fucking happen. God. That's what I'm saying, though. That's what I'm saying. They did it on purpose to be like, no, we are going to crack down on this. We're cracking down on the gambling. We're going to investigate this here. Oh, man, they're in on it. I want my half-unit Minner sub 1 bet back. I just watched that Minner fight. It is weird. He opened up with 2 body kicks on his injured leg. Looks shady. Yeah, it looked very thrown. It looked very thrown. I had 1 unit on Minner sub 2. Yeah, why immediately throw a leg kick? You just end exactly, dude. It's like, Go out there, Kraus like, go out there, fucking break it off again, and we're Gucci. Yeah, dude. Like, what? Exactly. If you're actually going in there and if you're going in there and making a good faith effort to win the fight, knowing you're injured, that is not the strategy you're going to fucking employ. You are not going to use that strategy, dude. Yeah, but then he just, I don't know, man. The kick he was throwing, like, you either need to be like further in so you can land that with your shin, or you need to pull your fucking toes. Because if you kick people like that with your toes like out like that, you're gonna break your fucking toes, man. So that just looked weird. That's like that is yeah. Like it looked like a kick that would fuck your knee up, basically. Throw the kick that's most likely to jack your knee up so it can look like, oh, it just injured it on a kick. It can happen to anything. Like Calvin Cater injured his knee just jumping. So it's like, I don't know, man. Just greasy dudes, greasy boys. Greasy as fuck. So strange. Let's make sure you're actually, exactly, dude. We don't want to leave any doubts that you're injured. Unreal. But I guess we'll move on. I don't have any more crow to eat, just correct picks to brag about. Yeah, this was actually not an incredibly tough pick for me. I went back and I watched some of Marco Madsen's fights, and I hate to be this dude, but this is honestly one that you could have kind of wiki capped. That padded record of Marco Madsen's was so soft. Like, fucking, you got, what's his name? Austin Hubbard, Clay Guida, a 40-year-old Clay Guida, and a 39-year-old Vince Pichel. Decision. Okay, like, good record. You're fighting once a year. You're fucking my age, and that's your wins. It's like Grant Dawson is 28. Tell you what though, man, someone is gonna clean Dawson's clock. Someone is gonna knock him out really badly. The next fighter he fights with good takedown defense and power is gonna fucking starch him. He's a relentless grappler. He has really good MMA grappling. As you saw, he took this Greco-Roman Olympian and tossed him around, took him down with ease. Like, it didn't look like the takedowns came relatively easy. He stuffed a few of them, but man, he just didn't make it look that hard. And that's why a lot of people took Madsen. Like, he's an Olympic wrestler. It's like, he didn't fucking look like it. I don't know, man. It's just, and I'm being told by people that know more about it than me that, like, you know, that's that shout out to, I think Technical Tim said something about it. Like, it shows that for the most part that folk style or American wrestling, which is like American high school wrestling, college wrestling, that is better suited and more conducive to MMA than freestyle or Greco. I don't know if that's true or not, but he used this fight, and there was another one. Fuck, I can't remember the other one. But yeah, shout out to Technical Tim. So yeah, it's like just I was like, Dawson's younger, he's stronger, He's a relentless grappler. If he gets on top, the ground and pound is nasty. And he just fucking ragdolled Madsen and choked him out. And honestly, that would have happened sooner if they had given Madsen, like, if they had thrown him to the Wolves immediately. But it's like, dude, you're a late 30s prospect. You're fighting so inactively, like once a fucking year. Like, you need to fucking get along, dude. You do not have much time left. So I thought that was kind of crazy. It's just, yeah, it was smoke and mirrors, man. At least Mark Smith makes him eat a real good elbow before. Man, I tell you what, dude, that was kind of weird too. Like, Smith, what are you waiting for? He just like kept like he threw like 100 elbows and Minner was just like shelled up the whole time. That was a little strange. I'm telling you, man, Mark Smith is Herb. You ain't got nothing on Mark Smith, dude. Just watched some clip. Didn't see the first 30 seconds, but yeah. They should have stopped the fight when Madsen dropped him to save us from another shitty Dawson. I know, dude. Could have spared the world. Yeah, very rehearsed looking. I want the MMA community to respect me. Someone to call it. Yeah, that was so corny, man. Yeah, exactly. And if he'd have knocked him out, I'd be singing a different tune. I'd be eating crow. Be talking about, hey, maybe Madsen isn't as bad as I thought, or maybe he's a little bit better. Maybe this record isn't so padded, whatever. But yeah, someone is going to clean Grant Dawson's clock for sure, though. It's a smart call out. It's another old grappler that you can toss around. But if you fuck around with Tony Ferguson, he'll fucking knock your ass out, dude. Tony definitely has power. That's the last thing to go. He dropped Chandler. I mean, he's not the most durable, but dude, he one punched him. Like, he sat him down with one punch. So, like, Tony can crack, dude. He knocked everyone out. That's how he won the Ultimate Fighter. He's fucking knocked everybody out. But yeah, weird call out. Very strange call out. And again, this is Krause. That's your boy. So it's just, man, fucking James Krause. He always annoyed the shit out of me as a coach. Hearing his cringy instructions, like from the sidelines. Come on, bud. All right. I can't do a good impression, but he's annoying. His voice is annoying. And the fact that he's this fucking greaseball is just even worse. Those single leg sniffers are fucking guys' legs up. New trend. I won't watch another Dawson fight. Just backpacks people for 15 minutes. I'm all good on that. Says Miles. Yeah, you like Aljamain Sterling? Yeah. Get a load of this guy. Mark Smith trying to give him a chance to not throw the fight. Mark Smith, I know what you're trying to do. Move, fighter. No. Move, fighter. No. Move, fighter. I don't wanna. If you don't move, I'm going to stop it. Still not moving. I'm serious. I really mean it this time. And I do mean it this time. Fucking Bricktop. And I do mean it this time, Turkish. All right. Hey, man, I'm going to give myself a little pat on the back because I really almost picked Mayness, dude. I really almost picked Nate Mayness. I like Nate Mayness. He's a good fighter. He's funny, dude. He seems like a good dude. But I'm glad I stuck with my first instinct because everything in my head was screaming, you like Nate Maness, you respect him for beating Gravely, do not pick him. You fucking moron. Like, don't do this, man. You know who's going to win this fight. You know this is a bad stylistic matchup for Nate, similar to his last fight. It's like, you know this isn't going to go good. So, yeah. Man, yeah. I almost bought into the narrative, the negative, like Tagir Ulanbekov. People really do not like that dude, man. I don't know if it's like the Dagestani, like some Dagestani hate or something, but people are like really down on Tagir Ulanbekov. They're like, he's like, and I bought into it too, man. And I was kind of saying some of that same shit. So shame on me for like, he's the runt of the litter. He's the least dominant Dagestani, blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, because he's the smallest guy. So it's like, oh, he's a little squirt, you know, but he's a good grappler. He's pretty tough. Got good cardio. It's a tough fight for a lot of guys. I mean, yeah, he's not Islam Makhachev. He's not Khabib. I don't even really think you can say he's like a Zubaira or an Abubakar, but you know, this was a pretty favorable stylistic matchup, and I felt so much better about it, seeing how Nate looked and the fact that he's moving down in weight. It's like, yeah, Tagir is going to be healthier. The cardio is going to be way better, and he's not going to be able to overcome the gap in grappling skill in 2 or 3 months or whatever. So I hate to say it was an easy pick stylistically. I made it harder on myself by letting my Maness bias creep into it, but I'm glad I just stuck to my guns because I made this. I was like, man, yeah, I like Maness, but I think Tagir is going to win this. That was like the first thing I thought, and I'm glad I stuck with it. That neck crank, my God, that ninja choke, neck crank, power guillotine, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Again, kind of like the Tresean Gore Farim fight where it looked like, my God, if this continues, his head is going to separate from his neck. Like, he is literally about to twist his skull off, dude. It was a nasty looking submission. So, yeah, shout out to Tagir, man. Glad I was on the right side of that one in topology because Lord have mercy. That would have been embarrassing. But I don't want to be a cowboy. I was watching that Seinfeld episode last night. Like, God damn, dude. Like, what do you like? Nah, I think in another 12 vicious fucking Mongolian elbows, I think I'll finally stop it. People don't realize Tim Elliott is a fuck for it. Man, Tim fucking Elliott. He is one of my most loathed. I cannot stand Tim Elliott, dude. That motherfucker cheated so much in that fight, dude. Literally bragged about it too. He was like, yeah, it's it's your job to catch me cheating, dude. If I cheat and you don't catch me, that's on you, bro. It's like, God damn, Tim. Like, he just don't give a fuck, dude. It's like, I would like you, but fuck you, man. Like, you little fucking rat, dude. Man, unbelievable. 1 unit to gear, my only bet of the night cashes. Cha-ching. Cash at Bo Dick. Umar's leftovers, yep. Quite right. Indeed. For sure, dude. Yeah, I'm glad I stuck with my guns on that one. This one felt pretty good. This was a little vindication, dude. This was a little fucking justice for the leech. Justice for Li Jingliang. We were denied the leech's celebratory post-fight in the fucking pimped out suit, looking dapper as fuck. We all got robbed of that with that fucking mookie dookie ass fucking robbery ass decision. So this one felt good. So many people on D-Rod. So many people thought D-Rod was going to win this fight. There was a good portion of people that were on Magny too. I'm not going to act like I was the only person that picked Magny. Plenty of people did. But I feel like it was pretty split. But it felt good because it's like, okay, things have been going crazy and haywire, but at least some things make sense. If I had bet this fight, I would have bet Magny. Because I said it like the week before, I think. Wasn't this rescheduled or something? Something I can't remember. Maybe I'm just fucking stoned. I mean, I am, but maybe that's why I can't remember. Yeah, dude, it was more or less how I thought the fight would go. I think I might even said it on the last stream that I feel like he's gonna do what he did to the Leech. I feel like he's gonna do that same thing to D-Rod. Or maybe I said it in Range's chat or something. Like, I can't remember. But I was on Neil Magny. I was worried about him getting robbed. It was a close fight, dude. It was like Magny won the first, D-Rod won the second, and then Magny clearly, like, even if I feel like he would have won the third round, even if he hadn't got the choke. But yeah, it felt good to see D-Rod finally exposed. Because people had excuses before. They're like, oh, well, you know, Dwight Grant hits hard and blah, blah, blah. It's impossible to finish D-Rod, you know. Dude, Neil Magny had that boy leaking, put blood all up in his nose very early in that fight. So I never really saw D-Rod making it to the top. He's not a shitty fighter, man. He's a good fighter. He's an overperformer. He's a dude that squeezed the most water he could out of that rock. He was given favorable matchups. He's an exciting fighter. He's got a lot of power. He's a pretty good boxer. He's got pretty decent hands and he's got power. And he's got pretty good cardio. But all these people that went on and on about his cardio, he was not looking that great towards the end of the second round. Like, yeah, he won the second round, but he looked gassed, man. Like, I just think that some of the things that people like big up D-Rod for, it's kind of being glossed over and covered up by these fucking jobbers that he's taking care of. And he didn't beat Lee. Like, Li Jingliang clearly won that fight. That was total narrative bullshit. They're trying to, like, oh, D-Rod's popular. Like, he's getting up there. We need to see how far we can push him. Like, it's like, nah, man, you can't beat Magny. Forget about it. If you can't beat Neil Magny, and I'm not shitting on Magny, but Magny's the gatekeeper, dude. Magny is the gatekeeper for 170, period. He's the 170 gatekeeper. You can't get past Magny, you ain't getting no title shot. You ain't even getting a top 5. So Magny held the gate, he held the door, and it felt good, man, because, man, people love to slurp on some fucking Daniel Rodriguez. And I was getting just about sick of it. Okay, let's get the other little bit of controversy out of the way. But first, yeah, man, I need to, I'm going to use the bathroom again. Been steadily hydrating, which is good. Drink water. Your body's comprised mostly of it. It's, you know. So, yeah, I'm going to take a short bathroom break, and then we'll talk about this main event when I come back. I have some visual evidence to show you. And some funny still shots. So look forward to that, man. I will be right back. And we'll continue this recap. Beats. Beats all day. Stop playing with me. No, I was playing. Fucking kindergarten ass 808 beat. Now, yeah, just a little something for the vocals. I mean the auditories. Smoke them if you got them, boys. Ain't that the fucking truth? Shit. Got one right here. Hell yeah, I got some way right here. Devin, what the fuck you doing here, man? You on that beat bop shit still? What the fuck are you talking about? Hip hop. Come on, Devin boy. Get on one, man. Rafer and Bear. All right, here we go. Main event, boys. Main event. It was a bit of an early stoppage, but it's whatever. Imrod wasn't looking like a minus 250. Goddamn right about that. I was betting on Limosh's death gas at that point. That's not a bad take. It's not a bad take. Or a bad bet. Because Limosh definitely cuts a lot of weight. I would definitely worry about her in round 4, round 5 of a high-paced fight. We may get to see that at some point. But for right now, let me do this. And then do this. And then, and thank you for this. And thank you. Okay. Let's talk about the main event of the evening. Amanda Lemos stops Marina Rodriguez, excuse me, in the, it was the second or third round. I can't remember. Second round? That's going to bother me. No, I need to know. Can't remember off the top of my head. Probably should have written it down, huh? Fucking idiot. Third round. Yes, third round. I'm trying to remember how the fight went and how I had it scored. I'm trying to remember how that fucking fight went now. I know that Lemos got a takedown at the end of the second round. I think I remember maybe 1-1. Maybe like I gave Marina the first round. I just can't remember. The only thing I remember is about how I've just been watching the knockout and dissecting that. So I can't really remember how the rest of the fight went. But I remember, yeah, Lemos got a takedown like towards the end of the second round and let some nasty ground and pound go. Yeah, I think I had it 1-1. I think. But dude, to me, this was a good stoppage. And shout out to Liam Picks Fights. I said this, I made a comment in his live stream that he did right before the fight started. And I was saying, and this is ultimately the reason I picked Lemos. I watched the Michelle Watterson fights. Marina Rodriguez ate a lot of right hands from Michelle Watterson. And like, if you were to start playing both of those Watterson fights at the same time, simultaneously, side by side, Amanda Lemos had already guillotined Michelle Watterson when Marina Rodriguez was still eating right hands. I'm like, dude, if that's Lemos, dude, she's gonna get it. And I said that in his chat. I was like, she ate a lot of right hands against Rodriguez, and you cannot do that against Amanda Lemos. Yeah, and shout out to Liam, man. I think he made a little something on Lemos. So Yeah, that was ultimately what I didn't do a ton of tape study. I didn't need to watch the Andrade fight because Marina Rodriguez ain't no fucking Jessica Andrade. It's like that's not going to tell me anything. But the Watterson fights, it's like okay, if you can't defend yourself from Michelle Watterson's boxing, which is comical at times, you are probably going to get tuned up by Amanda Lemos. And sure enough, she did, man. She cracked her with a fucking right hand. Cracked her with a right hand. It wobbled her. Marina tried to have a poker face, but this is kind of what happened, man. Like she started getting teed off on. Now, Rodriguez has gone out on social media since the fight happened and said, "Hey, this was stopped too early. Didn't give me enough chance to recover. I want to show, prove, blah blah blah." And basically saying I want to go out on my shield. Well, I disagree. I think it was a good stoppage, and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to make my case as to why I think so. I want to circle back around to what I said earlier about Eidos, your Basinuli. If you're a referee, I know these are different sports, but they're both combat sports in which, yeah, the referee in an NFL game is there to protect the players. They're there to enforce the rules. Especially when it comes to boxing and MMA and kickboxing, the referee is there to protect the fighters from themselves. It's what I was saying earlier, man. Eidos, Marina, yes, you can have that mentality. I am going into this cage willing to die if I need to. That's fine. That's not the referee's job. The referee's job is he's there to ensure the safety of the fighter, to enforce the rules, and to protect the fighter from themselves. Now, this is shortly before the knockout. She's already gotten stunned. She's already backed up at this point. This is when Lemos started to unleash this fucking, basically a nonstop barrage that forced Herzog to stop the fight. So just answer me this question. What is Marina Rodriguez looking at right there? You see Amanda Lemos's head where the scent is? She's looking right at Marina Rodriguez. What's Marina Rodriguez looking at? She's turned away from her opponent. Witness Exhibit B. Now, I did these in order. So the one you just saw was just before this. Cracks her again. Turns further away. Look at where her legs are. Turned away from Amanda Lemos. She's not even looking at. She is looking in the opposite direction. She don't know what the fuck is going on. Witness Exhibit C. Further turned away. Look at her legs. Further turned away. She's wilting. She is turning away from her opponent while she's getting teed off on, virtually retreating. Basically giving the fuck up. All right? I'm not done. I got more. got time. Well, not a ton of time. I want to step on my free plan streaming limit. Yeah, dude. Cheers, boys. The fake sponsor of today's stream is Gas Cake by Strain. A lovely little, slightly indica-leaning blend. Hybrid, excuse me, not blend. No blend today, just that Gas Cake. It's good. It's a good nugget. So yeah. This is Witness Exhibit C. Witness Exhibit D. I'm not done with this. And this one's important. This one's important. Unfortunately, I couldn't make this bigger, but this is this screenshot right here is the exact second that Jason Herzog jumps in. You can't see it. The picture, I can show you the picture I took on my phone, but you can see it's just outside of the edge of the avatar. This is where Jason Herzog grabs Amanda Lemosh's right hand. It's like, no, dude, I'm not letting you hit her with another one of these right hands. This is where this is the exact millisecond that Jason Herzog steps in. So this is when Amanda Lemosh stops hitting Marina Rodriguez. Keep that in mind for this next exhibit. Witness Exhibit E. Again, this is the millisecond that Herzog steps in and Amanda Lemosh stops assaulting Marina Rodriguez. Now look at Marina Rodriguez. Amanda Lemosh has stopped at this point. This is the damning one. This is the damning one. Not only has Amanda Lemosh stopped punching her, she's turned around and is running the opposite direction to do her celebration. The assault's already stopped. Look at Marina Rodriguez. Amanda Lemosh is not hitting her anymore. She's not even close to her. She's turned around, running to celebrate. And Marina Rodriguez is still thinks she's being assaulted. She had no idea where the fuck she was. She had no idea what the fuck was going on. Look at that. Herzog is stepping in to save her. She's still it's literally like, help me, Jason. That is a help me, Jason. Thank you, Jason. And then a second later, once she comes to, basically, and it's like, no, you stopped. Why are you here? And you didn't even know that Amanda Lemosh wasn't hitting you anymore. That's how rocked you were. You didn't even know you weren't getting punched anymore. You didn't realize that it was Jason Herzog in front of you and not Amanda Lemosh until it was already over. So yeah, early stoppage, good stoppage. There is no fucking need for Marina Rodriguez to get flatlined, because that is exactly what was about to fucking happen. There ain't no need for that, dude. So yeah, you would much rather be Jason Herzog and have to worry about Marina Rodriguez bitching a little bit on Twitter than Tony Weeks. Especially if, God forbid, Eidos doesn't pull out of this. You do not want to be known as the referee in a fight where a fighter dies or is critically injured, like Eidos is. That's why I'm always, again, I'm a little biased. I know it's different. I know you usually, in these fights where these boxers tragically pass away, they're usually taking a lot more punishment than they normally would in an MMA fight. I understand that. I'm just saying, man. I would much rather, me personally, just 2 cents. I would much rather a fight be stopped a little early than a little late. And this is two perfect examples of why. Amanda Lemos was not stopping. Again, this is right. This is the fucking millisecond. She doesn't even get another right hand off because Herzog grabs her. Marina has no idea what's going on right there. And again, this is the damning one. This is where it's like, no, you can't say it was stopped. You had no idea what the fuck was going on. You're still like turned away, literally like, thank you. Like he just saved you, dude. He just saved your ass. You didn't even know Amanda Lemos wasn't in front of you beating the shit out of you. You had no idea where the fuck you were. You were getting close to the Shadow Realm, dude. You were approaching the Shadow Realm. And Jason Herzog saved you from it. You got caught. It happens. Live to fight another day, dude. Like I said, you would much rather, I promise you, you would much rather be Jason Herzog right now than Tony Weeks. I fucking promise you. Unity! You were cold as ice. What's up, player? Appreciate you, Cardone. What's going on, man? I can see your point of view because women's MMA, but she wasn't. Yeah, it's. Tell him. Early but good. Exactly. This is what this is what Herzog was seeing, man. It just got worse and worse and like real quick. It went from this to this to this. And this is right when he jumps in. It's like you can't be a referee looking at all that and being like, I'll just see what happens. Nah, just see what happens. She's still like, what's happening right here? Like Lemos isn't even fucking hitting her anymore. And she's like, oh. Obama Herzog phone. Yeah, man. But dude, fuck man. I just hope Eidos pulls through. I haven't heard any more updates on that. But yeah, he's unfortunately is just I see this too many times in boxing, man. That could have been prevented too. So yeah, would rather be Herzog than Tony Weeks. Because if God forbid Eidos does not pull through, dude, I'm not saying like anything's going to happen to him legally, but man, that is a black eye on his reputation as a ref. I can tell you that. It's not 100% on him. Like, yeah, his fucking manager, his trainer should have thrown the towel in, but what are you looking at? Like, do you really think he's gonna come back and one punch Morrell? Like, bull fucking shit. Like, you're the referee, man, not his trainer. Like, I don't agree with the trainer not stopping it, but he has more of an incentive to not stop it than you do. That's his fighter. He's like, the fighter wants to get is like, it's way harder for the trainer to throw in the towel than it is for the ref to stop the fight. I'll just say that. Like, I'm not excusing the trainer. If Savoy is telling you to throw if Savoy is about to throw the towel in, like, you need to know that it's getting to that point. But for Tony Weeks, man, it's like, what do you just didn't protect your Boston Uli at all, man. Just hate to see it. And just, yeah, again, seriously, I'm not incredibly religious, but you know, if there is a God or a universe, man, just hope this dude pulls through. But yeah, man. So that was those fights, and that fight on the PBC card. Pretty sure it's PBC. Was it? I can't remember who Morrell's with. I didn't watch that fight live. I was watching other fights. But anyway, to wrap up, to wrap up UFC Vegas 64, I did pretty good, man. 2 cents the predictor, bounce back. 520 on Tapology, not bad. Like, I only got like 2 perfects, I think. I got the Munoz decision perfect. and I didn't nail anything else. Like I did have Shyalon by TKO, but it was in the second round, I think. And there was another one I had. Dawson. I had Dawson the second round, but I think it was a TKO. Or no, I had the no, it's third round. Third round. Anyways, dude. 9-2, 520 on Tapology. Trending back in the right direction. Brings the all-time back to 62.7. I'm at 60% for the year. Definitely down a little bit, but heading back in the right direction, dude. I don't know if I'm going to hit 65. Probably won't in all likelihood, but I want to get as close to that as I can. I definitely want to get back to 6. Dude, I was at 64%, I think, at one point. Like 64.3 or something. So I got to get closer to that. But yeah, dude. Nice, dude. I hope everybody did, man. I say it all the time, but I'm like, I like seeing people that I'm cool with succeed and make money and be happy. Like I always have, dude. I like to see my buds having a good time and getting rich. For real. I know it's corny and cheesy, but it's just the damn old truth. But yeah, dude, had a good weekend of predictions for UFC. Headed back in the right direction. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think I'm probably just gonna chill on the gambling until next year because I feel I'm getting the feeling like, okay, I've been this close to cashing and I feel like I've gotten screwed the last couple weeks, but I'm getting the feeling like I gotta like get it back now. It's like, no, I'm not gonna chase this shit. And I do because it's like that's where it gets into the like I'm not having as much fun as I am trying to make money. And that's never what I started out to do. So I think I'm probably just gonna chill. Like again, this is just it was an experiment. I probably will get back to it. And another thing, dude, is I'm getting sick of driving. I'm getting sick. Like it's nice to get out of the house and take a little stroll down the road, but like when I'm not cashing these tickets, whether I'm getting screwed or not, I'm still spending the gas money. It's still like fucking Wells Fargo still ain't got no goddamn ATMs in the Eastern Shore. It's fucking unreal. But I got to pay I get double fucking ATM fee each time. Got to pay the fee at the ATM. I got to pay the Wells Fargo charges you. So you get double hit. So it's like that combined with the feeling that I'm starting to like chase a little bit. And it's like, no, I'm going to, by the time I get back to it, they're rolling the shit out now. Like it's about to happen. I'm getting all these fucking shits about, sign up early. If you're in Maryland, sign up early for DraftKings, sign up early for FanDuel. So it's coming, dude. It's a coming. But I think I'm just going to chill. I've learned a lot, man, in a short amount of time. And I want to thank all of my online buddies that are handicappers and UFC sharps. I want to thank everyone for their support and their advice, their knowledge. Like I said, I've learned a lot in a short amount of time. Definitely going to learn from my mistakes when I do get back to it. But yeah, I'm just getting to it's like, okay, where it's starting to feel like more of a money making thing than a have fun with it thing. It's like, okay, I'm just going to take a little break. And then when I do get back to it, I want to fucking have an hour round trip just to get greasy. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at with it. So I thought I was going to maybe bet a little bit for 281, but I think I'm just going to kick back, man. I'm going to kick back, make my picks. I'm going to take my picks very seriously, dude. That's what I started out. You know, even when I started my first channel, dude, I was doing UFC predictions. So I feel like that's more my forte, but the gambling was fun. The getting greasy on UFC was a lot of fun, and I definitely learned a lot, and I probably will come back to it, but it's uh it's not something that I want to force. Nah, it's too much betting on ping pong and badminton. I got a badminton problem, man. If you drive, you got to make bigger bets or it ain't worth the gas. Yeah, I know. You're welcome. Thank you, Rush. DraftKings app will change your life. One optimal nice on UFC 280. I think 276 was my big one. I had a pretty big night on one of the pay-per-views, and I had a pretty big night on I think it was Volkov Rosenstrike. I kind of killed it on that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with FanDuel probably. I've heard some fucking shit about DraftKings, but I don't know, man. I'm sure like Rush and Noah will say different, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. O'Malley, baby. God, that shit pissed me off. God, that pissed me off, dude. Rush. So I had check out this greasy 5-legger. I had this it was a 5-leg parlay. Hosa, Kaio, Makayev inside the distance, and Bilal Muhammad. And I was just waiting on fucking Piotr Jan. And then I had another one. It was a 2-legger. Makayev inside the distance, waiting on Jan. I would have made like 5 units, dude. No! This past week, I thought I was slick, man. Had a unit on Jake Paul and had a fucking another unit. Well, I had a unit on Jake Paul by knockout, so I didn't hit that. But I would have made my money back in like $5 or $10 because I had Jake Paul and Dustin Jacoby. Nah, fuck, dude. But whatever, man. So yeah, I'm not gonna chase. I'm not gonna like, oh, I gotta get that back. Like, I didn't really lose that much. It was like less than $50, but you know, a little irritating, a little frustrating. But I'm just gonna. I did learn my lesson. I definitely learned my lesson, and I will take that into the next. Well, I'll just say the next experiment. Not putting your rent money on my grandy. Put a little scratch in each book. Take the better lines. Yep. Dude, that one stung, man. But I got a little story out of it. I got a lesson out of it and a story. It's like, hey, this is my time getting quote unquote screwed on a robbery, a quote unquote robbery. You know, it is what it is, though, man. Can't be too pissed about it. But it was fun. I will get back to it at some point. But since I got a few people here, you want to talk some 281? I'll get through. Heard Krause's say, "Yeah, you're a fucking funny guy." Lost a little on DJ. Was on the right side with O'Malley. Comes and goes. Yeah. What do they say? It retreats back to the mean or something. It reverts to the mean. Right back to the middle. The market corrects itself. Some shit. I don't know. Pull this UFC 280. Well, you know what? I don't have. Let me turn the Wi-Fi off on this, and then I will save my damn signal strength. And I will give y'all a little visual aid. How about that? How about that shit? UFC. Pull up the sketch. Get the edge with the sketch. And then I go back to StreamYard. And then I go to present. And then I go to share screen. I notice how they changed it from share drops. God, this computer fucking sucks. Christ. Yeah. Let's see what happens. You see what happens, Lebowski? Your wife owes money to Jackie Treehorn. That means you owe money to Jackie Treehorn. Your name's Lebowski, Lebowski. Your wife is Bunny. My wife? All right. Let's see. What is this? What is this fucking shit? I just need a new processor, man. That's all it is. Just need a new damn processor. Okay. UFC 281. UFC 281. If I was gonna bet on this here, I would tell my old bud bro picks and I'll put a little something on damn old Nikolai Negamarianu. Not a lot, but I would have a little something on this. I think it's a good fight. I think it's close to a 50-50, especially early, considering how much Negamarianu gets hit. I'm not saying he doesn't. I'm not saying Olberg can't knock him out. This wouldn't be something I would go heavy on because, I would just be throwing peanuts around anyway. But even in my head, in my mind, inside my mind, I like this spot for Niku. Because I don't think you can really take much of anything from the Tafan fight. Like, it hadn't even been 3 months since Tafan was flatlined by Azamat. Murdakanov, like, dirted him about 2.5 months before the Olberg fight. So I think that was way too quick of a turnaround to be fighting a striker like that. But I don't know, like, that. What does that tell me about Olberg's stamina? If he doesn't get Niku out of there early, Negamarianu is hands down, far and away the better grappler. And he is pretty tough, dude. He's pretty fucking tough. Like, look at someone like Kennedy. You know what I mean? Like, Olberg couldn't put him away and ended up getting knocked out by him. Like, Niku can take some fucking punishment, man. His defense is very lacking. Olberg knocking him out won't really, like, if it's a first round KO for Olberg, I won't be surprised. But as an underdog, I like Negamarianu. He's one of the dogs that I like on this one. I'm not betting anything, but yeah, I'm definitely going to be picking him. And if I was going to get action on this, it would be him. He's got a reach advantage, slight. I mean, that's not. I say all the time, like, an inch, 2 inches, like, that ain't much. Like, 3 inches, like, okay, that's a significant reach advantage, but inch here, inch there, that ain't shit. I ain't jack fucking shit. So I do like Nico there, but I don't hate the Olberg by KO spot either. I like Silvana Juarez Gomez. Carolina, I don't care. Felice Herrig, dude. Oh, you're back because you submitted Felice Herrig. 14-10 Felice Herrig. I don't know, man. Yeah, Silvana and her are the same age. Carolina's got a wealth of experience. More, but she's still sketchy on the feet, dude. And if she stands with Silvana, she will get knocked the fuck out. It will be another Jessica Andrade. Like, Silvana has hands, and she not only can she box, but she has power, baby. That's the full boost of power. Boost of power. Yeah, she'll boost the power. So yeah, I like Silvana right there. And I'm assuming she's the underdog, right? See, I wouldn't hate Silvana by KO, but I do not see. I don't know, man. Maybe Carolina, maybe that's stupid. Maybe Carolina, just shows the experience, takes her down. Silvana does not have great takedown defense. She could go in there and ragdoll her and sub her. But Carolina is not someone that is known for her fight IQ. As long as she's been around, she kind of goes in there and fights like a dummy sometimes. And if she does that against Silvana and tries to be a tough guy, a Polish princess badass, like she is going to get fucking face planted. So yeah, I wouldn't mind if, hypothetically putting a little something down on old Silvana. Regression to the mean. First things first, what fight? Exactly, dude. There's your edge. I don't hate the Olberg side, but I like Niku as a dog. Like, if he was the favorite, he's like, oh, I don't know. I don't know. Got burned by him last time. Don't want that smoke. I don't blame you. Homer Simpson getting smoked. Nikolai is talented as a brick. He's a good grappler. He's a tough guy. He's a good grappler for that. He's a brick for that. Do you think Olberg? He could, man. He could. I'd say either Olberg KO or Niku KO, TKO, like by ground and pound. Smash his face. Smash his face. Silvana by masculinity system. Yep. I like it. I like it. So yeah. What are we looking at here, boys? Oh damn, I'm looking at. My God, this fucking computer sucks ass. Atman Zaitar by KO. Perhaps. I want to know what you guys think about this one. I really want to know what the dudes that are in the chat right now. What do y'all think about Reyes Span, man? I think that is a pretty damn close fight, dude. Man, a year or two ago, I would have said Reyes all fucking day. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if Ryan Span fucking shadow realmed his ass, dude. I don't know, man. I could see Reyes bouncing back, and because Ryan Span, if you're talking about skill level, like, I don't know, dude. Like, all of Reyes's losses are against good competition. John Jones, Jan, 3 former champions, and now the current 2 former champions and the current champion. Ryan Span definitely isn't on that level, but it's light heavyweight, dude, and sometimes it doesn't matter. Light heavyweight is a little bit more about durability, and man, neither one of these guys are super durable. They both hit pretty fucking hard. I could see Reyes knocking Span out. Like, I don't know. I'm probably going to end up picking Ryan Span. That could end up burning me. I don't know if I would bet it, but I'm curious to know what y'all think, man. I think that's a pretty fucking good matchmaking. It's kind of it would be the biggest win of Ryan Span's career by quite a long shot, or by quite a bit. But for Reyes, again, like, if you'd asked me this even 2020, I would have said, are you seriously making that fight? Like, why is Ryan Span getting this fight? But now I don't know, man. Ray has been slumped a couple times. I still think he lost to Vulcan. Is his chin still there, dude? Because Reyes is he can be kind of a brawler, man. He can be kind of like he can grapple and stuff, and I don't know, dude. On the feet, you are fucking rolling the dice with Ryan Spann, dude. You are rolling that dice. And Reyes does kind of like to fucking get in a brawl and fight like a tough guy. Stood toe to toe with Vulcan. He did it with Jan and it cost him. He did it with Year and it cost him bad. Like KO loss of the year bad. So I think it's a fucking good fight. I'll be really excited for that one. The fact it's on the prelims is like, fuck yeah, dude. Get to watch that one on ESPN. Like, shit, yes. What y'all think, though, man? I need to take this down. And I need to put this one up. Where the fuck? Catch up with the chat. Where's the damn chat? Reyes, KO. Reyes should kill him unless Spann grapples. Reyes. I mean, yes. Yes. I am. Spann sucks. Yeah, he does. Don't forget what Smith did to Spann not long ago. Yeah. Yeah. I know. I know. I'm just saying, dude. You got KO by Jerry Super. I mean, yeah, dude, that was the KO of the year. What's up, Real News? You just in time, man. I'm talking about this Reyes Spann. Tell him, dude. Yeah, man. I don't think. Fair point. Fair point. And I just said that too. I'm not saying Ryan Spann is on their level, but light heavyweight is one of those divisions where it's kind of like heavyweight. Like, yes, there is a disparity in skill, but it's not like Reyes is like 2 or 3 levels above. Like, I still think he got a gift against Vulcan. Yeah, I mean, Reyes should be the rightful favorite. Let me say this. Let me make something perfectly clear. Reyes should absolutely be the favorite. He's fought the better brand of competition by a mile. He's lost to the better brand of competition by a fucking mile. I completely understand the Reyes side. He should be favored. I don't hate Spann as an underdog, though. Yeah, could be. Could be. Nice, dude. Nice. Dana wants to build him back up. I would be trying to if I was him. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he has taken care of heavy-handed strikers before. He knocked out Jared Cannonier. I mean, Reyes is a good fighter, man. And maybe I'm just too down on him right now. I mean, these are all good points, man. He's not on the skill level of Jan and Jiri, but he still hits really fucking hard. So let me yeah. This computer is comically slow. It's just Yeah. Smoked by Anthony Smith. Smoked by Johnny Walker. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Maybe Reyes is the side. Yep. Yep. Been knocked out 3 times. Choked out twice. I don't hate him as an underdog. Like, I know that he has power. He is a decent grappler. Oh yeah, I mean Reyes should for sure be favored. I don't know though, man. I kind of like Reyes. Like isn't an incredible like he's a good wrestler. He's a high school wrestler, but like they're both fucking blue belts. Honestly, man, like what's super impressive about Reyes's resume? I mean, Cannonier's a good win. That's a fucking robbery. Couldn't knock out OSP. You know, he beat John Jones. I think he beat John Jones. I love how that's changed to a win. Someone's fucking. That's hilarious. That is that's funny, dude. Win versus John Jones. That's hilarious. Someone to put out a fast one for the funny thing. Yeah. I don't know, man. I think I'm hearing some of the same talk of people that are picking Reyes versus Jan and Reyes versus Jiri. I don't know, man. It- yeah, I mean, he probably wins 6 to 7 times out of 10, but I think Reyes is overrated. But yeah, it's close. It's close. Reyes probably wins, right? Probably wins, but I don't hate Span as an underdog. Yeah. 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 No, I get it. I get it. I get the other side too. Tough one. I'd probably just end up passing, honestly. I'd probably just end up passing on that. Maybe pick Span, but I don't know, dude. If I pick Reyes and he gets fucking slumped or choked out, I'll feel really fucking stupid. Because it's like, yeah, on paper, Reyes is better. He's fought the better brand of competition, but it's like, is he really like, yeah, like Span, his resume isn't crazy good, but it's like, Reyes has lost to the better brand of competition. I don't think he really beat Vulcan. I just yeah, like okay, Vulcan, Cannoneer, yeah, that's a better brand of competition than Kutalaba, Serkinov, Alvi, Devin Clark. Like I get that, that's fine. Devin Clark's a good wrestler though. He got fucking choked. Span cracks too, man. I remember that Nogueira knockout. That was gnarly. I mean, Nogueira's a fucking shell. He's an old ass man. Like, that's not really like, oh my God, it's so impressive, dude. Like, the loss to Roberson is bad, dude. That's that. And the loss to Giles. Like, I don't blame anyone for not being able to get these out of their head. But, you know. So, yeah. Anyways, I won't spend too much time on that. How about some other fights? How about some other damn fights? That's a close one, dude. I think that's pretty good matchmaking. I think that's pretty fucking good. But that's weird though, because it's like, okay, if it's a get right spot for Reyes, I mean, I guess it would make sense to fight down. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't hate it. It is uh valid. I can't remember the difference between valid and sound, but it seems like it's both. What am I doing here? Okay. That was I have Moicano and Riddell. That's man, probably Riddell, but on the ground, dude. If Moicano gets him on the ground, Riddell's getting choked. I'll say that. Jesus Christ. Okay, fast forward 5 minutes when this fucking page gets unloading. Yeah. I would also now, dude, one of the big nights that I did have during my little short-lived betting stint had Blanchfield inside the distance. This could be another Blanchfield inside the distance. Um, this is kind of a mismatch, dude. Honestly, like the level of skill from Blanchfield to the last two that Molly has taken care of, like I think this is a, I think this is a fucking, I think this is a setup fight for Blanchfield. Honestly, like I think this is like okay, Molly has a big following. She's very popular. She's well known. So when you beat her, now that transfers onto you. Now, what I don't want to see Blanchfield doing is trying to be a tough guy. Is like you need to get in there and grapple with a capital fucking G. Get in there, grapple. Do not fuck around trying to prove how tough you are with Molly McCann on the feet. You know, getting chin checked. Blanchfield on the feet, shy. On the ground, she's so much stronger than these fucking girls. If she gets Molly McCann down, Molly's getting choked. So I'm gonna pick Aaron Blanchfield. If I was betting, I might even bet Aaron Blanchfield. But if she doesn't fight smart, like put it like this. Molly McCann will be her best win. Like I don't have any illusions about that. But I also think that it's a pretty good matchup for her too. Like Molly McCann is a striker. I don't care what anybody says. She's a fucking striker. So yeah, win over Miranda, whatevs. Win over JJ, meh. Everything else, meh, meh. But I think it's a good spot for Aaron. We'll probably say Aaron by Soul Mish. Excuse me. I mean, Molly's cool, dude. She's cool as fuck. Great personality. Really entertaining fighter. But Maine, the way she was getting fucking tossed around by Laura Procopio, dude, if that's Aaron Blanchfield, you are getting fucking balled up. You are getting pretzeled up and choked. I mean, getting submitted by Jillian isn't like Jillian's a legit fucking grappler. So is Aaron Blanchfield. So yeah, Molly, I get the popularity. She's cool as fuck. You know, she's got the charisma. You know, a little bit of that Patty Pimblett rub off, but yeah. Yeah, looking like another L here for Molly. You know, Lipsky, Belbita, Gia and Kim, those are decent wins. Hannah Goldie is a fucking jobber. That was a setup fight. Both of those were setup fights, honestly. The spinning back elbow of Carolina was just insane. Like it's like she did it again, dude. I can't believe that, man. So insane. I think she tries that on Blanchfield. She just gets taken down. Like Blanchfield will duck right under that shit. Boop. There you go. I think she chokes her. But yeah. Nice. Nice. Yeah, it could be. I mean, if she what I hope she comes in there with it, like the path to victory for her is so laid out. it will get, if she stays on the feet, it's going to get greasy because she's probably going to get cracked, man. And then if she like tries to panic wrestle and can't get her down, it's like, dude, you just need to like fight smart and look for the spots to duck under Molly's swinging fucking hook, or like Molly going for a spinning back elbow, just duck right under that and boom, just blast double. So I don't know. It's a little sketchy, especially, yeah, if she stands with her, but, and goddamn right, if that goes to the cards, that is a split coming down the pipe. Because Molly has that fucking following, dude. That there will be narrative in this. But I don't think Blanchfield's going to let it happen. I think she's a vastly superior grappler, and Molly's been getting like favorable matchups, in my opinion. This is like the toughest fight for either one of them, honestly. And Blanchfield's so young. It's like she's just getting, Molly is like at her prime right now. Blanchfield ain't even hit it. So the growth that Blanchfield is going to have fight to fight is just going to be, just by default, is just going to be more. She's going to be growing more fight to fight than Molly will. And there's already a skill disparity in the grappling. It's just never going to get closed. But that's the thing. Yep, that's the thing, dude. Yeah, exactly. So I hope she doesn't play that game like, oh, let me test out my striking. Let me see how much I've improved in my striking. It's like, do not fucking do that. And get fucking highlight reel by Molly McCann. God, dude, I would be so fucking pissed off if she does that. So yeah, it would be a greasy spot to bet, but dude, on the ground, it is not close, man. I could see her just like arm triangling Molly in a fucking heartbeat, dude. I don't know, man. Anyways, dude. Yeah, I think Blanchfield, if she keeps on the path that she's on, works on her defense and her striking, works on the striking into the takedowns, and fighting smart, I think she has the makings of a future champion because she's so goddamn young and talented. So yeah, I'll like me some Erin Blanchfield. And she's made me money before too, so I'm definitely team Blanche Feezy. Now, this main card is hot tuna. It's hot fire, dude. Slightly hotter tuna. Okay. What y'all thinking about this one? This is another one where it's like, if Poyes fights smart, he will smoke Dan Hooker. Smoke him. If he tries to be a tough guy, he could get caught. But I like Poyes here. This just seems like a setup fight for Poyes. Another bigger name against a young up and coming prospect. I mean, Poyes is known among the hardcores, but he's not a household name. Not saying Dan Hooker is necessarily, but more casuals are going to know who Dan Hooker is than Claudio Poyes. So if you are buying narrative, what's the narrative for Hooker? He's done. Like Dan Hooker has come and gone. We've seen the heights, we've seen the lows. Like he still shows a total, complete and total disregard for defense, despite his getting knocked out by Barbosa, despite getting clipped by Chandler. He just did the same thing in the Allen fight. Dude just will not put his fucking hands up. He just walks forward with his hands down and just tries to be a tough guy. Like Poyes, yes, he's not the most incredible striker. He's not the most incredibly durable, but dude, I just feel like if he gets in trouble at all, he'll just fucking take Hooker down. I don't. I'm not. I have never really been a big Dan Hooker supporter. I've definitely been a detractor, a guy that thought he was overrated as fuck, and he is overrated. Continues to be. I think he might be getting overrated in this spot too. I don't know what the line is on this, but I favor Claudio Puelles. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Puelles sub. I have cashed on a Puelles sub ticket. It was tight. And if I was going to gamble, I might do it again here. But I'm not, but I'm going to pick Puelles. By Solmish. He could. What is the upside for Hooker in beating Puelles? Yeah, I don't think he would beat any of them, but he's not fighting them. Yes, very funny. Maybe. He can't grapple for shit though. It's true. He might not need to, man. He does. He'll grab a fucking Hooker gets caught in all these fucking sub attempts. Like, I would not surprise me for a second to see Puelles drop down, go for a heel hook, and then use that to sweep and get on top of Hooker. Like if they get into a scramble, Puelles is going to end up on top of him so fucking quickly. I get the Hooker side. He can knock him out. Puelles is not a good striker. I get it. But I'm talking the conspiracy theory angle. I'm talking UFC is a fucking entertainment business. It's not far from it. With this shit that's been going on, it's not far from it. I can't keep pretending like narrative doesn't play a factor in how these fights get made. So if you're buying the narrative, if you're not buying the narrative, then you're not buying it. But if there is one, the UFC has no incentive to get Dan Hooker a win here. Why would they not want to build up a prospect who has a future from a country that you can start to market more? They're always looking to market in a different country or to grow the market in a different country. Ain't a ton of Peruvian fighters, There's a whole handful of fucking Australian, New Zealand fighters, and Dan Hooker's one of the worst ones. What fighters are worse than Dan Hooker from Oceania? Like Brad Riddell and fucking Shane Young. That knee bar, he's not winning it. Hooker will be smashing him in any other scenario. Well, yeah, they don't know who the fuck he is. He's he could be. Rush, trust me. I will give you all the credit in the world, and you know that I will. If he gets fucking slumped by Dan Hooker, yes, you'll be the first person that I fuck, my uncle's calling me. I'll call him back here in a second. I haven't talked to him in a while, so I think he's probably just calling to catch up, but I'll definitely call him back, see if he leaves a voicemail. Yeah, there we go. Main event. But yeah, for sure. You'll be the first person that I give credit to. if Hooker wins. So, other than that, though, it's kind of a weird, like, almost kind of weird placement. Like, I feel Frankie Edgar, Chris Gutierrez is above Dan Hooker and Claudio Puelles. Like, that is just because of Frankie. I don't know, man. This is like, this again just seems like a fucking Chris Gutierrez setup spot. Gutierrez isn't as well known. Everyone knows who fucking Frankie Edgar is. I don't even really know why Edgar is continuing to fight at this point. It's like, what? Dude. Frankie. What are we doing here, Bappa? What are we fucking doing here? $41. $41. One of his strongest attributes, his durability and his chin, is gone. I guess it's a winnable fight stylistically, but not really, because he's gonna have to fucking come forward to land on Gutierrez. And Gutierrez, like, he isn't really known for his hands necessarily, but he's pretty fast, dude. Like, he's gonna have a big speed advantage against Frankie. I don't know. I don't know what Frankie is still doing fighting, but yeah, Chris Gutierrez probably all fucking day, right? You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't get that. Fair point. Like, I don't get why he's on the pay per view, and I don't get why Frankie Edgar is still fighting. I understand neither of those things. All right, he did leave me a voicemail. I hope it's not something too serious. All right, that brings us to the Coco. Which is, this is a fight that, I mean, other than the main event, obviously, this is the one that most people are going to have their fucking eyes on. It's one of the most intriguing. It'll probably be the fight that I'm most excited for, other than the main event, because I've been watching old Dusty and Chandler for quite a few years now. Very familiar with both of these barrages. I think this is a great fucking fight. I think this is a fight that should have been made last year, but Dustin was fucking around. Yeah, I think this is a really fucking good fight. I wish Chandler was a little bit younger. Man, this is a tough pick, dude. This is a really tough pick. My bias is definitely towards Michael Chandler and against Dustin Poirier, but this is really, really a 50-50, man. And I can absolutely see Poirier winning this fight. I might even pick Poirier, dude. I'll be rooting for Chandler, but this might be another one of those like Tagir Nate Maness. It's not really a good analogy at all. Matter of fact, just forget I said that. But it's close. That's my point. It's close. You can make a case for either guy. Everyone says Dustin is this like really tough dude. He can take, like, he's not, man. Dustin is not the most durable. Neither is Chandler. Both of these guys can be hurt. Both of these guys have folded before. I've seen it. Would it really shock y'all if Chandler hauled off and one punched him? Chandler's done that to a lot of people, dude. Chandler swings really fucking hard. Sometimes it costs him, but if he fucking bites down on his mouthpiece and ducks his head and wings that overhand right, and you get caught clean, there's not many people that can fucking just take it flush. Dustin, dude, he was close to getting knocked out by Dan Hooker. So there's a dude, and look what Chandler did to fucking Dan Hooker. Poirier and Hooker went to war. Chandler took care of him real fucking quick, dude. And it's not like it was right afterwards. Like Hooker had a lot of time off. Came back, got slumped, dude. So the power is definitely with Chandler. The boxing is with Poirier. The wrestling is with Chandler. The jiu-jitsu is with Poirier. It's a good fight, man. It's really well matched, and these guys don't really like each other that much. It's kind of fucking dope. It's a dope Coco. Dope fucking Coco. This one, man. Zhang KO or Carla decision. Zhang could get wrestle fucked. She could knock Carla out, though. She could absolutely knock Carla out. But if Carla wrestles, I don't see why she can't fucking out grapple Zhang. But it's for the title, so it's a 5-rounder. But over 5 rounds, like, I like Carla, man. She's got the experience. She can grapple and wrestle fuck you for 5 rounds. No problemo. That's what she does. Zhang ain't no spring chicken either, man. She's really fast. She'll have the speed advantage. Like, she'll have the striking advantage for sure. Carla will have the wrestling and grappling advantage. Zhang could end up getting grapple fucked. So that's, yeah, it's a good fight. Now this one. This one here, boys. This fight here is all about Israel Adesanya. Let me tell you what I mean by that. This fight is all about how Israel Adesanya approaches this fight. I mentioned it before, a little earlier in the stream. If Adesanya point fights and stays on the outside and is a superior outfighter and uses his jab, he can outpoint Alex Pereira for 5 fucking rounds. Stays on his bike, stays on the outside, peppers him up, leg kicks him, couple 1-2s here and there, out feints him. He can easily do that. That's his fucking forte. To point fight and outpoint heavy-handed strikers. But there is a psychological element to this fight that is not always in other fights. And that is that he's lost to this dude twice already. So there's going to be a lot of pressure on Adesanya. Way more pressure than Pereira. Pereira's got nothing to lose, man. Adesanya's got his title to lose. So I'm really wondering how Israel is going to approach this fight mentally. I think that Adesanya is a smart fighter. I think that for the most part, he's a mentally strong fighter. But this is the one guy that he's lost to in kickboxing that really gets under his skin. You can tell that the knockout really fucking bothers him. I don't blame him for feeling that way, but to deny that is just, you're just not arguing in good faith. That shit bothers the fuck out of him. You can tell because he always tries to fucking deflect. He's got an excuse about it. He just like he fucking just dances around it every fucking time. It triggers him, man. I mean, I can't blame him. But that's why I'm asking this question. Because if he does approach the fight smart and doesn't let his ego get the best of him, that's the thing. He's very sharp mentally, but he also has an ego, man. Israel Adesanya is a very egotistical fighter. A lot of fighters are. But he is super confident, sometimes overconfident. think he was overconfident in that second Pereira fight. He was like, I got robbed in the. I know I got robbed in the first one, and he was winning the fight, and then it's like, you got slumped. So it's like, now that you have the 2 losses, is I don't know, man. Here's another aspect or another, factor to the equation or whatever. What if Adesanya decides to grapple? He's probably the better grappler. I don't know that for certain, but I think he probably is. Wouldn't that be crazy to see Adesanya pull like a Francis Ngannou on Cyril Gane and just like grapple him when you think he's going to strike him? I think that might be not the dumbest thing in the world. You know what I mean? It's definitely an exciting fight. Everyone is going to be waiting to see if Alex Pereira is going to knock out Israel Adesanya again. You know that's what the narrative is going to be. He knocked him out once in kickboxing. Will we see it again? On the other hand, don't be surprised at all if it is a somewhat lackluster 5-round Israel Adesanya decision. That everyone's like, oh no, he lost that. Pereira landed the heavier shot. I can hear it already. Pereira landed the heavier shots, bro. Damage first, bro. And it's going to be like Israel Adesanya lands like 1,000 strikes to Pereira's like 20, but he like rocks him a couple of times and everyone's pissed. Don't be surprised. Don't act like you haven't seen that before either. It could happen. He could also get slumped too. He can knock Pereira out too, man. Hey, it's not like Alex Pereira has never lost before. In fact, I think Alex Pereira got knocked out in kickboxing. Pretty sure. I know he's lost before. Hey, sweetie. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Appreciate that. Mm-hmm. Love you. Mm-hmm. I know he lost to Willness. I can't remember if he got knocked out, though. Artur Kashenko knocked him out. Yeah, he quit against Willness. And yeah. Quit on the stool against Willness. Got knocked out by Kashenko, excuse me. And then he has losses to Yusri Belgaru. And then his last fight was a decision loss to Artem Vakatov. So, yeah, man, it's not like Pereira's never been knocked out before. And he was taking a lot of punishment against Bruno Silva. Like, Adesanya is not a one-punch KO artist, but he's very accurate. And don't act like he hasn't dropped and knocked people out before. Ask y'all's fucking I'm not saying y'all. I'm just saying, like, dude, ask the Whitaker stands. Ask them about Israel Adesanya and whether he can punch or not. Ask Paulo Boachinia fans if Israel can punch or not. Yoel couldn't finish Paulo Costa, and everyone sucks his fucking dick about his ungodly power. Ugh. Yeah. He couldn't fucking knock Izzy out. He couldn't even fucking knock Whitaker out. Israel smoked Robert Whitaker. He beat him the second time, too. Closer fight, but he still beat him. Smoked Costa. Like, it wouldn't surprise me at all if Israel Adesanya knocked him out. Pereira is a Terminator. Like, he marches forward. His hands are extremely low. He's very hittable. So, if it's like the third, like, and Adesanya hurt him in their second fight. He might have hurt him in the first fight, too, but this is a really good fight. These two are great dance partners. I honestly don't know what the fuck's going to happen. This is honestly like such a 50-50 to me, dude. I would not bet this. I don't even know if you could give me a free bet. I would try and like wiggle my way out of it. Like, can I just put it on something else? Like, can I just put more on Blanchfield or something? Like, are you sure I have to make this bet? You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know if you could pay me to bet this. It's too greasy. It's too close. Fuck, dude. I just feel like whoever I pick is going to lose. I feel like if I pick Pereira, he's going to get picked off and maybe even knocked out late. If I pick Adesanya, I know he's going to get slumped. I just feel like I'm going to be wrong no matter what, man. But it's a good fight, dude. It's the trilogy. I don't know, man. What do y'all think? Oh God, Rush busting chops. I can see it already. Let me get to this. You know what, Brian? I've had just about enough of you. I've given you so many fucking chances. I've played your little game, and I'm done. I'm done with you. I'm not going to keep giving you chance after chance after chance because you're trolling, and you know what did I just say, man? We don't play that. All right. So take your skank hooker wife and get the fuck out of here. Fucking Catalina wine mixer, dude. Anybody got time for that? Now, where was I? All right, let's see. Let's see this Rush banter. I'd honestly be surprised if he one punched Dustin, but gotta accept that dude. Dustin has been one punch twice. People forget that. He got one punch by Connor, and he got one punch by fucking Michael Johnson. What's Michael Johnson doing? Nothing. Okay. I don't disagree. I don't necessarily disagree with those statements, but I also don't necessarily understand the point. Carl and Aljo, kill your Izzy shouldn't be favorite. Alex or pick him. Dude, Adesanya could just get slumped again. Fighting and beating way better kickboxers while Izzy was in the UFC. I agree. Pereira's the better kickboxer. He showed it. If Izzy had the casual hype, if Alex had the casual hype of Izzy, he'd be minus 500 unless he grapples. Yeah, he just doesn't have the personality. He did. Jan's a big dude, though. Yeah. You're a funny guy, Rush. I'm not saying he will. Dude, if he gets hurt, watch. Watch this. Dude, watch what I tell you right here. If Adesanya gets buzzed and Pereira closes the distance, watch him turn into a wrestler. For sure. For sure. Yes. Yeah, for sure. Yep. And Brian just wanted to get blocked. Just glutton for punishment, man. So, yeah. It's a good fight, though, man. It's a really good fight. But that's the 281 preview. And I think I'm going to wrap this stream up. Yursi Belgarui. Nice. Alex 2-1 against him. Yep. Yeah, man. I think it's a 50-50, dude. It's a winnable fight for either guy. But I think that Pereira will have the mental edge. Like he has less to lose. He has less to like less people to impress. Like he just seems I'm not saying he seems more dialed in, but he's just like there's less distractions around him. You know what I mean? Adesanya definitely has the skill, but I would say if anyone has maybe the slight mental or psychological edge, it's probably Pereira. He just like I'm almost positive that he has taken human lives before. So I just don't really see a fight rattling him. I just don't think he cares, man. I just think he is cold-blooded. Like I think he's murdered people before and he just lost his soul a long time ago and just doesn't care. I just get a fucking assassin vibe from him. A fucking cartel assassin vibe. Big time. Oh, yeah. To vindicate himself from the previous losses, to show, hey, this is my territory. Yeah, you might have won in kickboxing, but I rule over this division. I rule over the UFC. I mean, Adesanya's one of the biggest stars in the UFC, and that's like his biggest blemishes in kickboxing. Because that's what he was known for, dude. Everyone was sucking off his kickboxing career. And it's like, yeah, he's good, but he didn't really beat anyone that good. Like, his best win is that Belgian dude. I can't remember his fucking name. Like, yeah, I did think he won the Marcus fight. I thought he got robbed against Simon Marcus, but I don't think he got robbed against Wilness, man. I think Wilness beat him fair and square, and like because he put hands on him. So he's never been great at dealing with the boxing if someone's a really good boxer, but I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I think I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. I gotta call my uncle back. He left a voicemail, so I gotta see what's up with that. But yeah, it was a good stream, dude. Want to thank everyone for coming through. Right on. Hey man, like I said, if Hooker wins, yeah, I will definitely give you credit, sir. All right, boys. But yeah, I think I'm gonna get the fuck up out of here. I'm gonna get the fucking tunes ready. Where's my fucking phone? All right, boys. It was another good one. I will be back Friday for the UFC 281 weigh-ins. They're in Madison Square Garden, so the time might be a little different. It might be a little later in the day. I'm not sure, but in any case, I will keep y'all updated. Shout out to everyone that came through, man. It was a good stream. We flirted with 10 once again. Had 9 people in here at one point. Hey, that's good enough, dude. For a Monday, I hope y'all had a good weekend. Hope you have a good week. Did pretty good with the predictions, man. I didn't really get to this recap, but I'll just fucking throw it up for now. I told y'all what was gonna happen, man. I told y'all Bivol was gonna fucking destroy Zerto. Didn't belong in there with him. But Bivol is talking that good shit, talking about he wants better BF next. So that's probably what's coming down the pipe, that unification for all the marbles at light heavyweight. So that's what I want to see next, and that's what Bivol's talking about. Like, Canelo wants the rematch, but it's like, dude, you ain't gonna win that fight. So, anyways, I thought dude, what did I say? I said Bivol was gonna be closer to knocking him out than Zerto was gonna be to win that fight, and sure enough, that's what fucking happened. I won't say he fucking was about to knock him out, but he definitely buzzed him a couple times. Domination from Bivol, dude. Again, man, if you're a religious man, send your thoughts and prayers to this man right here. Prayers for Eidos, Yerbasanuli. Really hope he gets out of this medically induced coma and then he pulls through. So yeah, man, definitely want to reiterate that. What else was I gonna say? Yeah, I'll be back Friday. Shout out to everyone that came through. Good stoppage from Herzog. And yeah, dude, your boy kind of killed it with the picks. I mean, I wasn't the best in the world or anything, but I was almost top 500. I was in the top 1,000. Yeah, decent. Done way worse. Heading back in the right direction. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna get out of here, man. Y'all have a good week. Shout out to all the usual suspects, everyone that came through. And the trolls, get fucking lost, man. That shit's so fucking tired. But yeah, man, this has been just my 2 cents, and I'll catch you boys on the next one. Peace!